Assalamu alaikum. Sorry for the delay. Sheikh Ayub, he is stuck in the traffic around Heathrow area, but alhamdulillah he's here now. So Bismillah, we'll start inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولله ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء قدير. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب. واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. صدق الله العظيم.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Alhamdulillah, it's worth waiting for Sheikh Ayub. I would like you to introduce our panel today, Dr. Muhammad al-Sharqawi. He's been our religious guide for Afta tours for the last 11 years. And Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, hundreds of people have benefited from his knowledge during the Hajj days. And even after the Hajj days, a lot of Hajjis, they have kept in touch with him regarding any issues in their daily life. We have as well with us Sheikh Ayub, and he's going to be with us as well in the journey, inshallah. And he's going to be reciting Quran for us every day in the hotels and even in Mina and Arafat. And inshallah, he's going to give us his beautiful dua in Arafat as well before we leave. We have as well Mr. Muhammad Sibai. Mr. Muhammad Sibai, right? He's our group leader, and he's going to be looking after you in all for the itinerary day by day. He's a very helpful man, and he's going to be there for you all the time. Thank you very much for booking with us. You are unique, all of you. Every individual is unique because you received an invitation, not from Afta Tours, but from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this invitation came in your name. So you've been chosen, insha'Allah, to perform Hajj this year And this is the time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted you to go to Hajj. We should be thankful to Allah for all the things He's granted us, but you should be thankful especially for this one. I'm going to be speaking to you later on with Mr. Sibai to go through the itinerary and other things as well. But for now, I'll just give the mic to Dr. Sharkawi, and he's going to go through with you for few things related to Hajj. But inshallah, in Medina, he will be talking to you 3 times, and in Mecca as well 3 times, and after that in Mina and Arafat all the time for 4 days. So we're going to benefit inshallah from him. Dr. Muhammad Sharkawi. Sorry, before I leave, I'd like to thank the staff for Afta Tours for the wonderful job they did to organize this event. They did work very, very hard. So thank you, the staff for Afta Tours. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I couldn't hear you. Yes, now I can hear you. Okay. It's very nice to see all of you today, inshallah. But I will start. I'm not here to lecture you anyway. Brother Shafi'i, he said I'm lecturing about the Hajj and this stuff. I'm learning like you, so we will learn together how we can perform Hajj in the same way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before I start to discuss it with you, I would like to ask a question. Why you are going for Hajj? Why? I'm waiting for the answer. Why? Why you are going for Hajj? Sorry? One of the pillar of Islam. Okay. But we are aiming to perform Hajj because it is a pillar of our religion. One of the pillar, as our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in his hadith, "Bunya al-Islamu ala khams." Islam has been built on 5 pillars. Hajj is one of this pillar. Okay. What is Hajj? It's just a trip to visit the sacred house and come back. Do you think this is the Hajj? Definitely not. Because if just only trip, we can go to any trip or to visit any other place. There is many places is nicer than that. There is a desert and the hot and this stuff, but there is many other places we can visit. Okay, but then Hajj is not a trip. Hajj is something essential. We must do it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called us, as Brother Shafi'i mentioned. It's a call from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Ibrahim alayhi salam and told him, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا. Call upon the people for Hajj and they will come from everywhere. We know that Ibrahim alayhi salam, who built the Kaaba first? Ibrahim? He is the one who built the Kaaba? Adam. Yes. Yani the Kaaba was built long time before Adam alayhi salam. Because Allah told us in the Quran, إن أول بيت وضع للناس للذي ببكة مبارك. The first house for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for worshipping has been built on the earth, this one in Mecca. But what Ibrahim has done, just he rebuilt. And Allah told us in the Quran, وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَعِيلُ. But then Ibrahim and his son Ismail just they rebuilt. Okay, what is the significance of Hajj? What we are going to gain? what we should learn. Hajj is not just to fulfill the pillar of Islam. If this is the case, it's better if you save your money and your time. But Hajj is for us every year to learn new lessons. Because we must question what we are doing. We are not worshiping the idols. Unfortunately, many of us, just they are praying because they have to pray. Fasting because they have to fast. Paying zakah because they have to do that. Okay? We shouldn't be like that. And Allah taught us that in the Quran through Ibrahim alayhi salam. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he questioned Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Rabbi arini kayfa tuhyi al-mawta. Oh Allah, tell me, show me how you revive the deceased. How? Allah asked him, قال أولم تؤمن? Didn't you believe, Ibrahim? قال بلى, I believe. But ولكن ليطمئن قلب, just to be relaxed. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he taught us the mental way of worshiping. Then we should ask why we are praying, why we are fasting, what is the significance, what is the reason, what is the wisdom. So because we are planning for Hajj, we need to ask a question. What lesson we should learn from Hajj? Soon you made the intention for this worshipping, you must understand that there is a reason behind that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would like to teach you something. The first action you will do after the intention, wearing the ihram. Why you are wearing the ihram? Why we shouldn't go with our clothes? Why? Why should we wear the ihram? What is the reason for that? Can anyone tell me? كلنا سواسية. To be all, we are the same. What is else? What is else? No, this is not. It's not good to start. No, I need to hear the answer from everywhere. What is the reason? What else? He said to be all of us, we are the same. The king, the queen, the servant, the slave, all of us, we are wearing the same. What is the other reason? Sorry? Not to think in materialistic. What is else? Pure. Excellent is that. Okay? So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would like to remind us with the most two important days in our life. The day when we was born, we was completely naked. Does anyone has been born wearing a suit or jilbab? All of us was born naked. Then somebody picked us and wrapped us in piece of clothes. When we will die, they will take off our clothes and they again will wrap us in a piece of clothes. In this Hajj, we are by ourselves. We are taking off our clothes and we are wrapping ourselves in these two pieces of clothes. Allah would like to tell us the first lesson we need to learn. As you came to this life, you will leave it with nothing. You came with nothing, and you will go with nothing. And you see, when the child born, he's making face like that. He's holding his hand. When we die, our hand is open, as a sign that we have nothing except the good deeds. So when you make the intention for Hajj, you must make sure that you had ihram inside you. Before you put the outside ihram, you must make sure that you had ihram inside you. As you will be away from any materialistic sign from outside, you must make sure that you are from inside, you have no any materialistic feeling. This dunya is away from your heart. You have to divorce this dunya. When you make the intention, now you are moving to a different stage. So this materialism, there is nothing but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in my heart. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He commanded us to worship Him, He put a condition for that. But unfortunately, we remember the command, we fulfill it sometimes, but we drop the condition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Bayyinah, وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. They haven't been commanded, but not to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with sincerity. It's only with sincerity. يبقى worshiping without sincerity is not acceptable. And this is the reason we are a Muslim, we are suffering, struggling, humiliated, oppressed everywhere. Why? Because we missed the condition of worshiping. We are worshiping sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes. Sometimes we are praying, sometimes we are fasting, but without sincerity. This is the reason our deeds is not acceptable. So this is the time to correct ourselves. This is the time to rectify our mistakes. We must make sure that we are sincere in our intention for Hajj, inshallah. And we must leave everything behind us. Leave our homes, our children, our wealth, our money. Everything is behind, because we are going to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are going to have a meeting with Allah in His house. Can you imagine? If you have the opportunity to see the Queen, you will prepare yourself at least 6 months before. What is the protocol, what you will do, what you will say, how you will act, all these issues. And the Queen or the King is nothing. As a human being, one day will die and be dust. But you are going to meet the King of the Kings, the one who will never die, the one who holds everything in His hand. You are going to have a meeting with Him in His house. Can you imagine? How long you must prepare yourself for this meeting? It's not a joy. The Sahaba, they used to be scared when they are going for Hajj. Very scared, shaking. Some of them, they are scared to say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. We, very easy, think, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Because we don't understand. They used to be scared because they are worried that may Allah will not accept what they are doing. So they are scared. And this is how we should be. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in his hadith, Al-abdu bayna makhafatay. The human being must be in between two fears. Bayna ajalin qad mada. He will be scared about the past. Does Allah accept it or not? And he be scared about the future. If Allah will guide him to do the good stuff or not. So we must be always scared, worried. But if we feel relaxed, we are in dangers. When you are studying, when we used to be in the university, if we are relaxing, not scared of the exam, the end of the year, definitely we will fail. But if we are studying and doing the hard work, we will be scared. Even we done our job, but we're still scared. So we must be like that. You are going to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are responding to the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then you must be ready for that. Put ihram first inside you. Remove any hatred, any jealousy, any envy, anything. The love of this dunya, forget it. Because this dunya will not benefit you. You are going to pass by the trial of the death. You are wrapping yourself with your kafan. So you must be aware about that. Forget the materialistic life. Forget this dunya. And prepare yourself. Ihram inside is more important than the ihram outside. Because the ihram outside, the outside ihram, if I miss something, I can repair it with the slaughtered animal. But if I miss the ihram inside, I can't repair it. No penalty for it, except that my Hajj is rejected. And we aim that Allah will accept our Hajj. So, but then everyone must prepare himself spiritually from inside to put the ihram clothes inside himself, inside his heart, before he goes. The second thing, make sure that you have no immediate loans need to be repaid. If I have a mortgage, doesn't matter, because it's long term. But if I borrowed some money from one of my brother or from anyone, okay, and I should pay it, then I have to pay it before I leave. Because I can't guarantee myself if I will be back or not. And our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whenever they call him for janazah, the first question he used to ask, "Alayhi day?" Does he has a debt? If they said yes, he has a debt, then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will say, "Sallu pray for him." He never pray janazah for anyone. He has a debt, and he died before he repay. Okay, so we must make sure that if there is immediate loan, I have to pay it before I leave. The other thing, I have to make sure that I left enough money for my family to survive until I come. And the family also must help me in that. And it happened, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very kind. Once, one of the scholars, his name is Hatim al-Asam, is a big scholar, and he wished to go for Hajj. But unfortunately, he has not enough money. Because if the scholar sincere, he will be poor. But if his scholar is selling, he will be rich. So Hatim al-Asam is not selling. He's a big scholar, but he has not enough. He wished to do Hajj, but he has not enough money. So he consulted with his family the issue of Hajj. Another lesson to learn. Whenever we are going to decide something, we have to consult with our family. I shouldn't feel that I am the master and I can't do anything. I can't decide whatever I like. I am the man. No, I'm sorry. You are not. You need to consult with the family. This is how our prophet and how our scholar, they taught us. So Hatim, he discussed that with his family. The family said, you know, that we don't have enough money to cover us until you come back. So it's better not to go. But one of his daughters, her belief was very strong. She trusts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is what we need to learn. Another lesson. Trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She encouraged her father to go for Hajj and said, not to worry. Insha'Allah, Allah will look after us. Then he went for Hajj. After a few days, whatever they have in their home ran out. There is nothing for them to eat. So the rest of the family, they started to blame this girl. You encourage him to go. You are the reason. Now what she do? You know that, okay? Then she said to them, ذهب الأكال وبقي الرزاق. The one who has gone, my father, he was eater. He's not providing risk. But the one who is providing the risk, he still exists. So suddenly the door, somebody knocked the door. She opened the door. Who was by the door? Someone, horseman, riding his horse. He was the caliph. She doesn't know him. And he asked for some water. He has his companions behind him, and they ask for water because they are traveling in the desert. So she provides them with the water. And he asked, to whom this house is belong? The girl answered, this is the house of Hatim al-Asam. The Caliph said, the scholar of the Ummah? She said, yes. Then Al-Khalifa, he took off his belt. You know, always they used to wear the belt with the jewelry, with gold, with this stuff. Okay? So he took off his belt and he threw it inside the house. And he looked at his companions and they said, whoever love me, he has to do the same. So all of them, they took off their belt with the jewelries and with the gold and they threw it inside the house until the house became full with the gold. The girl said to the rest of the family, one person, he looked at us and you see how much money we got. What about if Allah himself, the creator, look at us? So we must make sure that we are leaving enough money for our family, and before we leave home, what should we do? What should we do before we leave home? The will, we must do it all the time. Either we are going for Hajj or we are not going for Hajj. Because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا يحل لمسلم أن يبيت فوق ثلاث إلا ووصيته تحت رأسه. It's not allowed for any Muslim to spend more 3 nights unless his will under his pillow. So this is something, either we are going for Hajj or we are not going. The will must be exist because we can't guarantee our life for a second. Okay? So the thing which I have to do after I clear myself, my heart from everything, to pray 2 rak'ahs on the intention for traveling, for Hajj and Umrah. The 2 rak'ahs, we will recite Al-Fatiha in the first rak'ah, Al-Fatiha and قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. The second rak'ah, Al-Fatiha with قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Remember that, because these 2 surahs will remain with you all the time. Okay? I pray the 2 rak'ahs with the intention for traveling, for Hajj and Umrah. Okay? I didn't book ihram yet. Just I pray 2 rak'ah, just and I farewell my family. And started to move out. Of course, because we are going to Medina first, inshallah, you don't need to put the ihram clothes now, of course. We will put it when we are coming out of Medina, inshallah. And there we will tell you what we should do. After the ihram, the second action is, when we put ihram there in Medina, inshallah, and we come to the sacred house, what should we do first? When we come to the Kaaba, what should we do? Make tawaf. Niyya, masha'Allah. Always, before any action, the niyyah comes first. Because our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in his hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Indeed, all the action or the deeds with intention. So I must make the intention first before anything else. Okay? Soon I sight the Kaaba for the first time, I do supplication straight away. When just you sight the Kaaba for the first time, do the supplication you wish. Inshallah, Allah will accept it. Okay, for the first time, before anything, just when you come and you see the Kaaba, straight away, raise your hand and do supplication. Okay? Because this is, as our Prophet Muhammad told us, الدعاء مخ العبادة. The supplication is the brain of the worshipping. Okay? So, when I come to the Kaaba, I will start my tawaf from where? Which point? From the black stone point. There is a green light there. And they make sure the Kaaba on my left hand side. So I'm doing tawaf anti-clockwise. Why? Our Prophet advising us all always to be on the right. Go from the right door, go from the right way, use the right hand in eating, in drinking, in doing stuff. Why I'm doing a tawaf anti-clockwise? The Kaaba on my left hand side. Why? Yes. No one would like. Sorry? Excellent. Yes. Anything else? Okay, mashallah. As I mentioned, in Ihram, when I bought my Ihram clothes, I became part of this nature. I left the dunya behind me. And I submit myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and became part of this nature. The nature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, from the smallest to the largest, going anti-clockwise. The smallest with the atom, the essence or the core in the middle, and the electrons going around it anti-clockwise. The solar system, the sun in the middle, and the planet is going around anti-clockwise. The blood, the cells in the vein going anti-clockwise. Everything in this universe, Allah created like that. So I became part. This is as indication that I came out of my will, I came out of myself, and became part of this nature, of this universe. So I'm going the same way of this universe. And also the angels around Al-Baytul Ma'mur, upstairs, they are doing the tawaf also anti-clockwise. You know Al-Baytul Ma'mur? Do you know Al-Baytul Ma'mur? Just only one person? Yes. I can see the people in the back, Yani. Are you upset with me? You don't like to talk to me? I hope not. Sorry? Above Kaaba. Yeah, Al-Bayt al-Ma'mur in the seventh heaven is above the Kaaba straight away. And there is 70,000 angels. They are doing it off every day once alive. Once in their life. So every day, a new 70,000 angels, they are doing it off. Also anti-clockwise. Okay? When I come to the black stone, I can't reach the black stone. Okay? But mashallah, if you have been before or you will see inshallah, the Muslim, they are, no. How? I have to reach. I have to punch that. I have to kick that. I have to fight. Because, subhanallah, what you are doing? Are you going to seek forgiveness or you are going to commit sins? In the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, you know Umar, mashallah, he's a tall man, strong. He tried to reach the black stone. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam stopped him and said, Umar, you are a strong man. Don't harm the people. If you couldn't reach, just raise your hand, say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. At this time, the number of Hajj was few thousand. But now we have few millions. At that time, the place was empty. No palaces on the top of the Kaaba, no hotels on the top of the Kaaba, nothing there. But now, the number is huge number, and the place became smaller. But we are insist to fight to reach the black stone. Why? Prophet has stopped us to do that. So please don't try. Don't try to harm anyone to reach to the black stone. Because just when you raise your hand, your details will go to the black stone. He will register your name, date of birth, all your details will be registered there. Because in the day of judgment, this black stone will come to be witness either for you or against you. So please, don't make the black stone to be witness against you. Let him be witness for you, to intercede for you in the day of judgment. Every time you do that, when you remember, when you do this tawaf, you need to remember Ibrahim alayhi salam, who rebuilt the Kaaba. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, see what Allah said about him in the Quran. He said, وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتَمَّهُنْ. Allah tested Ibrahim when he commanded him to build the Kaaba. فَأَتَمَّهُنْ. He completed. What that mean, completed? Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah commanded him to rebuild the Kaaba. So he done it according to his level, his tall, his height. But Ibrahim alayhi salam, because he would like to be sincere, to do his best, he got a rock and stood on the top of the rock to make the wall higher than his. This is فَأَتَمَّهُنْ. It means he would like to reach to the maximum believing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yibqa, this is what we need to learn. When we are doing tawaf, we need to remember that. We are doing that, we must do tawaf in the best way. Some people, they are doing tawaf and holding the Bismillah, and loudly. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid us to recite Quran loudly in the mosque, not to disturb the other people around us. But when you are doing tawaf, oh Allah, do that. Do you think Allah is deaf? He will not listen to you? If you say secretly, Allah said in the Quran, يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ وَمَا تُخْفِ الصُّدُورِ. Allah knows what is in your heart. So there is no need for you to shout. Why you are shouting? Why you are screaming? Be humble. Khushu'. Be kind to the people around you. You are here to learn. So you need to do tawaf. You remember Ibrahim alayhi salam? So you need to do tawaf in the best way. Not to harm, not to push anyone. If someone needs help, you need to help him. Whenever you come to the black stone, raise your hand. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. I know Brother Shafi'i, he would like to say to me, shut up, because of the time. Okay, I know that he's standing there. I know him for a long time, so okay. There is no need for him to speak out. Okay, so how many minutes left? Nothing. See? Okay, so whenever we do that, okay, after we finish the 7th tawaf, okay, Allah told us, commanded us to pray. واتخذوا. We make the Maqam Ibrahim Musalla. We need to pray 2 rakas in Maqam Ibrahim. Where is Maqam Ibrahim? Where is? Where is Maqam Ibrahim? You know the wall, the side of the Kaaba, where is the door? This is Maqam Ibrahim. Okay. From the wall of the Kaaba until the end of the mosque. This is Maqam Ibrahim. But some brother, they are insist straight away. They finish tawaf, stop, and they start to pray, and the people collapsing on the top of him. So he will kill himself and he will harm the others. Why? Allah cares about you. He would like you to be safe. So move away from the round and pray the 2 rak'ahs again with قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ and قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ again. Okay? Then you will go to Zamzam, drink some water, then you will go to As-Safa and Al-Marwa. As the time is very limited, as you see, Brother Shafi'i, I don't like to be beaten up by him. So I have to listen and stop. So, but inshallah, yani after they do their talk, I am here for you, inshallah, and we can carry on or we can ask a question. And inshallah, I will be with you, inshallah. If I'm still alive, I will be with you there, inshallah. Then we will carry on, inshallah. Thank you very much for listening to me. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah accept your Hajj, inshallah. Shukran so much.
Right, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to go through the checklist with you, the goodies we have given you, and the folders as well. We'll start with the folder. There's a small folder. Is all of you have your passports? Does anyone have a folder, small one like that, and doesn't have the passport? The people who brought the passports on Wednesday, I don't think the passport are ready from the embassy yet. But people who brought the passport up to Monday, then they should have the passports in the folder. SIM card. You have your mobile number in the SIM card and on your ID as well. If you're bringing your ID as well. Ladies should have theirs in yellow, men should have theirs in blue. And the same card should match the one on your ID card. The number on the same card should match the one on your ID card. Then you should have your visa. This is your visa. It's electronic visa now. It's not stamped in your passport. Except one person. Does anyone else doesn't have the visa? Is all of you have the visa now? Right. Please do not remove the card stapled to your visa. You will find there is 10 number digits and a barcode, one above your picture, and there's another 4 still on the card, and there is one on the same card as well, the back of the same card. All of the 6 numbers are matching. That number is your unique number for the Ministry of Hajj once you stamp your passport. The airline will try to give you one of these cards. Please do not take it because we already have sourced it out for you. So we can have the ID number on your visa. So when you arrive to Saudi Arabia, we know exactly your number. And we know that when you go to the provider for mobile, which they are scattered all over around your hotel, all what you have to do, just give them the SIM card. They will take your fingerprint and make sure they activate the card while you're there by putting the SIM card on your phone and activate it. No, nothing at the airport, please. Would like just to whiz you through once you finish immigration, and once you finish the customs, then we'll take you to the government coaches, and then we'll take you to the hotel. The next day, inshallah, try to do this. Then we have, this is very important. This is your luggage tags. Again, the men is blue and the ladies are yellow. We have 5 of them. Does everyone have 5? That will go in your suitcase. Each one will go in your suitcase. You allow it 2 suitcases, each one 23 kilos. And you allow the hand luggage as well. And I would like you to put one in your hand luggage as well. There is 2 extras, which I would like you to put it on your shoulder bag, which I'm gonna go in a minute now. So you have 5 of those. They have to be attached to your suitcases and your hand luggage. Otherwise, the porters and us would not be able to allocate it to your rooms. And then we have this wristband. Minister of Hajj require every Hajjis, once you arrive to Medina, I would like you to put this in your wrist for the duration of the Hajj. It's very easy to use. You find that there is one end which you can peel, and then you wrap it around your wrist. Make sure it's not too tight and it's not too loose, because you have to live with this for 2 weeks. Does everyone have this wristband with his name on it? Then we have the Zamzam water. The white one, inshallah, when we give you Zamzam water on the departure on Jeddah airport, I would like you to wrap this around your Zamzam water, and then you have your Zamzam sticker to put on top of your Zamzam water. So when you arrive, inshallah, to London on the 26th of August, then anything with Afta tools will take it off the belt, put it in one place, and then you can identify your Zamzam water from the photo. You have an envelope with 6 batteries. AAA, 6 batteries. This is not for the remote control in your house. This is to go in this receiver. 3 to go inside, and another 3 to have a spare. Keep away from children, please. I would like you to take it with you to Hajj. I would like you to put now the 3 batteries inside the receiver, please. After you've done that, I would like you to use the earpiece. And I would like to make sure is pushed in right properly, plugged in right properly. All done? Now switch it on, please. And make sure it's on number 3. And make sure the volume is right up. Number 3, yes. It's up and down, and make it number 3, please. The reason I'm trying number 3 is not 1, because if we are walking the group and then we have interference, then I'll ask the group to change the frequency to another number. We have 32 channels. Now, can you put the earpiece, please? Can you hear me? Number 3. Switch it on first. Switch it on. And make sure the volume is right up. Can you hear me now?
Brothers, if you stay on your tables, please, we'll get someone to come around to you to fix it for you, inshallah. Just stay on your tables. If anyone is not working now, please show me your hand. It's not working? Can you hear me, brother? It's not working as well? Try to put the batteries the right way and try to push the... Because he hasn't pushed it right up and the volume is not up. Can you hear it now? Thank you. Try to make sure it's pushed up properly.
سوري هدي لحضرتك واحد تاني بس ايه
حاجة خاصة يعني.
ان شاء الله بس ده ايه
حلال. كنت بروح بيته اما تروح بس قول له انك كنت مع الشيخ عصفور. طبعا ما كانوا بيجوا هنا لغايه ما فيش بس هم السنه اللي فاتت السنه اللي فاتت اللي قبلها. الشيخ عصفور
لكن تريش يا محمد اللي قلت لك هنا الصورة عشان
هو اللي فاضل منه.
ثم ما بعد ما عادش بيجي
ما هي اصل هنا
او هاتهم لي من اي حاجة.
بعد ما قعدت 11 سنه
مدرب الاسلام
طبعا كبير قوي قعدت 11
Right.
كان
The last thing you should have two of those.
وانا كنت راس حرب كانت السفاره حاطين عشان كده انا قعدت اطول المفروض ان الرؤوس بيجي من الازهر يقعد انا قعدت 11 طبعا ضربت رقم قياسي يعني لان طبعا هم عايزينك على المكان وانا كنت واقف لهم كنت بضرب بالجزم بس فهم طبعا هم عايزين يستولوا على المكان وفعلا استولوا عليه. انا مشيت من هنا طلع لي كل حاجه قدروا يسيطروا عليه. لا خلاص مش عايز اي حاجه.
Is it everyone have two of those? One will go in the back of the large carrier bag. Please do it now.
هم خدوا برضه منا المركز ده بس ده من خبره المصريين. هي طبعا في يعني
The large carrier bag, the large one, not the small one. No, the large one. The very big one. This one here. This one.
هنا شويه في مصر شويه بس انا تعبت فتره بقالي شهر وشهرين في البطن عشان كده انا قاعد هنا عندي كلايتس
خلاص ادهم له.
لايتس عندي
عندي كلايتس لسه عارف من دمي
بس انت يعني امشي في الحاجات اللي هي الطبيعيه.
Being broadcast now, so people see talking. I'm not joking, I'm not joking. It's being live streamed. People can see it.
I watched it before I came YouTube it's in YouTube
And then you have one of those inside.
حسن نفسي انا لسه طالع من المستشفى بقالي
I would like to open it, please. And then you have a shoulder bag.
كلها كده ولا في الشاي
In the back of the shoulder bag, please put another one of those cards, the two cards, which I've just given you.
المستشفى قدامي فيه حبوب ماشي عليها شويه كده بعدين اخش على
I'm sure all of you now figured out why we're doing this, because all of them looks the same, and you're gonna be using them for 4 days in the same camp, so you can identify use easily. Change his bag. Right, excuse me. The next important item, very important item, extremely important item, luggage straps. Each one should have 2 luggage straps. Before you leave home, it must be attached to your suitcase underneath the handle. The porters in the two hotels would not identify your luggage as Afta group unless you have this in your suitcase. The next items is a string bag. Becomes very handy. The next two items, a shoe bag, which when you go to the mosque, please put your shoes inside this and take it with you inside. Do not leave your shoes outside the mosque. Another item, jamarat bag. So when you collect the stones in Muzdalifah, you put them in jamarat bag. And then you have tasbih and sa'i and tawaf counter. This is the 7 beads here. So every time you do one tawaf, you just mark it. This is tawaf counter and this is tasbih. The next item you have in your bag, each one have 3 of those in the white envelope. Inside the bag, the big carrier bag, you will find a white envelope. This is to give you power and energy whenever you need it. It will come very handy. It's not for you to use it tomorrow when you're watching the Charity Shield, yes? Another item inside the bag, flask. Why we introducing flask? We're providing tea and coffee 24 hours in Mina and Arafat, but what about Muzdalifah? The ladies, if they go out without cup of tea or cup of coffee, we are in trouble. That's why we advise you to fill it up before you leave Arafat and take it with you to Muzdalifah, because in Muzdalifah there's no facilities for tea and coffee. So this will have your beautiful cup of tea and coffee, okay? For men, the last items inside is ihram. The ladies, of course, they can wear anything they like. I'll give you 3 minutes to put everything away. Everything in the folder and everything in the large bag, please.
Khalil, come and do his work. Tell me.
here. All my staff became. Still, I ask Khalil to do it.
All set in now? Right. You have a copy of that? All of you? Yes. My dear friend Brother Sibahi now is going to take the stage and start going through the itinerary with you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All set in now. Brother Sibai now will go through the itinerary with you, with the slides. If you need to ask question, please don't ask now. We'll have question and answers after we finish the itinerary, and we'll be able, inshallah, to answer all your queries.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. It's an absolute honor and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah gave me the chance to be able to perform Hajj this year and to be able to look after you. And I pray that inshallah our trip would go well and come back to UK with Hajj still with us, not lost it while we are there. My duty is to look after you on daily basis. Obviously, once we are in Heathrow Airport, inshallah, you will see me start running around. And once we are in Medina, the full job will start, and I'll be, inshallah, looking after you until we come back to the UK. You should have 2 copies of the itinerary with you, one with this front, and the second one a bit of coloring on it, and we'll be going through it in details and jumping from one to one, but we'll start with this itinerary here. But before I start, the phone number on the front page, missing a 0 at the end. So if you are leaving my number with your family here, they need to contact us urgently. So you have your group leaders, you have my name, and then the phone number 00966, and then 566-549-520. Add 0 to it, please. Okay. As we all know, inshallah, we'll be leaving here on 12th of August. The number on the ID card should be correct. I'm just saying the number is here on the itinerary, missing the 0, but on your ID card should have the full number. We'll be leaving on 12th of August, inshallah, and be in the airport, inshallah, by 3:30 p.m. Heathrow Airport Terminal 4, near the Saudi Airlines check-in desks, to fly on flight number SV116, departing at 8 o'clock. You may say, why are you bringing us to the airport that early? Remember, you're not flying to Venice or to Los Angeles or somewhere where you have to be there 2 hours before. This is Hajj flight. And you will not understand that until you arrive at the airport, because one person comes to Hajj, they have 10 people wishing him well. So if the flight has 400 people, you are looking at 4,000 people at the airport. And you will see how all the airlines desks checking in the normal manner, while Saudi Airlines, they have so many staff there to direct people for the queuing and what have you. So be there early. Flights also normally overbooked always. And we don't want you to come late and find out that you have no more seats on the plane. The airline might offer you 5-star hotels to stay in, might offer you a free ticket to fly again with them, might offer you all of that, but that would not work for you. We want you to be in the airport there, have your boarding pass in your hand. Although you are there an hour or two earlier than normal, it doesn't matter. You'll be able to sit down, have a cup of tea, and you are assured that the boarding pass in your hand. And when you arrive at the airport, report to either Dina or Iman in the airport that you are there to take you. Then proceed to the check-in desk, check in your luggage, let them know that you checked in, then go to the custom, immigration, and to check your handbag, security, and then off to the gate of the airline. Is that okay so far? That's easy though. This is everybody does on daily basis or on whenever you fly. Your luggage tags should be on each bag of yours. You may say, why do we have to put it there? Again, once you arrive at Medina Airport and you see how the luggage is, you will appreciate why the luggage tags are important. It's for us to be able to locate your bags, because sometimes they put the luggage together, and for us to go through the luggage of all 400 passengers, it's not easy. But when we see Afta 2's luggage tag on the bag and we see the strap on it, that's easy for us to retrieve it. So please, every single suitcase should have the strap and the luggage tag. The bracelet, as Brother Shafi'i said, wear it as soon as you arrive Medina, and then have 2 copies of your passport and 2 copies of the Hajj visa with you. Because once we arrive at Medina Airport, we'll come off the plane, inshallah. We will proceed to the immigration. They will stamp your passport that you are in. Then once you come to the arrival, because Brother Shafi'i going before us, and he'll be waiting for us there with the Afta tour teams there. But I'll be with you, inshallah, in the airport here and fly with you on the same flight to Medina. Because once we arrive at the arrival outside, your passport will be taken away from you. So if the official take your passport away, don't worry. They will give you a card. If nobody there to take your passport from you, if the officials are not there to take the passport from you, we'll take the passport from you. So please give it to us. Don't be clever, keep it in your bag. We need to take it from you, because if you keep it with you until we reach the hotel, you will add a lot of work on us later to take your passport through the right channel. So if you don't take your passport for whatever reason, let us know. Give it to us. We'll take it from you. And then after that, you will not see your passport again. No, until you are flying back. So for 2 weeks, you have no worries about looking after your passport. We then will go to the passport office in every town and make sure that these passports are moving with us from A to B to C to D, and we'll hand it back to you, inshallah, on our way back to Jeddah Airport when we are flying back to the UK. Once we land in Medina, and once your luggage is found, please do not proceed outside until I tell you, because I need to be sure that people got their luggage, and I need to be there with you when we come out, so we could direct you exactly what to do outside. So far, we talked about London Heathrow and Medina Airport. Hajj hasn't started yet, okay? This is all normal way of doing things. Once you are at the airport, at the arrival hall, please do not wander around. If you tell you wait here for us, please wait. Don't look at McDonald's there, I want a sandwich. Don't go and be clever to activate your card there. You might get away with it, but then if our bus is ready and we need to move you to it, it's not fair 49 passengers to wait for one person to join them. So please, no wandering around in the airport. SIM card should be activated in Medina. One brother asked, where do we do it? In the hotel? The answer is no, not in the hotel. Once you are in the hotel, just next door to your hotel, just a minute walk, the 3 companies. Which company are we with? Mobile? So Mobile company will be a minute walk away from your hotel. You go there and they will activate it for you, and then you'll be able to use it. Take with you a small phone, unlocked phone. Doesn't have to be a smartphone, just for you to be able to use it for phone calls. Any questions so far? Yeah. And we need to ask questions on a very immediate subject, please. You go to the office, you queue there until your turn come, give it to them, they will activate it for you. And they'll take your fingerprint. No, you don't pay anything there, right?
There is 3 reals in the card, just to start it, and there is 2 megabyte in the card as well. Now you can top up anything you want. The hotels in Medina and Mecca, they have internet, but if you want to have internet in Mina as well and Arafat, then I do advise you to add some gigabyte into your mobile. And you can add, of course, 20 rial, 30 rial, 40 rial, but I would advise you to put at least 100 rial in the card. You don't get charged for receiving calls, but if you want to contact us or contact a member of the family, 100 rial will be more than enough for the whole journey.
Yeah.
No. Use WhatsApp.
I think what we need to do now, if you have any immediate question on the subject, I think write it down on a paper, and then inshallah at the end we'll have ample time to answer your queries at that time. So once we are ready at the Medina airport and we take you to the coaches, as is written here, the journey takes about 20 minutes normally from airport to the hotel, but Hajj time it could take 2 hours or even more. Once our paperwork is done, and we are allowed to leave the airport, we will leave inshallah. When we put you in the coach as well, please stay to the coach, because we will tell you there which coach to go to, and once you are in the coach, stay there. If you have to leave the coach for whatever reason, please let one of us know, either myself or Brother Shafi, that you want to go for whatever reason. At least we will know what's happening and will advise you whether you could go wherever you want to or not. Unless you want to go to the bathroom, then that's something you have to, then we tell you to go and come back, but at least we are aware that you are not at the coach. Once we are inshallah at Medina Hotel, our Medina Hotel called Dalla Taiba Hotel. It's a beautiful 4.5 stars really, not 4, more than 4 stars. It is not in the vicinity of Haram, it is almost on the Haram marbles. So when you come from the hotel door, you will walk less than a minute and you are on the Haram marble. It is very close to the ladies' entrance and to the gents' entrance, but ladies' entrance is nearer than the gents' entrance. And for you to go from the hotel to Haram and back is very easy. However, once you are in the hotel, keep in your pocket the hotel card, so at least to be able to come back in case you have missed your way or whatever. But it is very, very close to Haram. Our hotel there will be on half-board basis, so it will be breakfast and dinner. Once we are at the hotel, we will get your room keys, give you your room keys, and then you could either wait for tell the porter your luggage and give them the room number. They will bring it to you whenever they can. Or if you are in a hurry, you could take it with you and off to your room. The hotel has, I think, 3 sets of lifts, 9 lifts in total. So lifts to your rooms shouldn't be a problem, inshallah. So far, that's not Hajj. So far, that's normal way to fly and to check in. In Medina, we are there for 3 nights, and we will, inshallah, have lectures by Dr. Sharkawi there. We'll let you know where we'll have it, on which floor. Our food also, our buffet will be on the same floor. And then during these lectures, the timing of the lectures, I urge you all to attend them, please, because Doctor will not be talking only about general Islamic issues, but he will be also touching on the virtues of Hajj and on the how Hajj is done. And I will be, inshallah, with Brother Shafi there talking about the logistics on daily basis. So these lectures are important for you to attend, please.
I've been informed by the hotel, the dining room and breakfast will be in the M floor, mezzanine floor, and this is where we're going to have our lectures as well. M for mother. So we're going to have breakfast and dinner over there. The last day, we're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The last day, which is the 15th of August. we're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But the other 2 days, 13 and 14, it's just breakfast and dinner. And then on the day we leave in is breakfast. Thank you.
Who's paying for the lunch? Oh, okay. Rich man. He's rich at heart, mashallah. Okay, so 4 nights?
No, we should have left on the 15th or make it 16th.
Okay, okay,
Because they are arriving late.
Obviously, when we arrive at the hotel in Medina, will be almost Fajr, if not Fajr already. If the plane arrives on time and we leave on time and there is no delay there, you might be able to pray Fajr in your room. But I think most likely will be at the airport. So because we are arriving late that morning, although the hotel is ours, but we'll have extra day in Medina. So we are leaving in Medina 16th of August rather than the original plan, which was 15th of August. On 14th of August, however, we'll have our outside ziyarah. And it's written here that please confirm your attendance on the day before Mazarat to the group leaders. Don't, because if you are not there by that time, we'll assume that you are not joining us. So we will not be knocking on your door or ringing your room. If we are not there, because we said here be there by 7:30 in the lobby. So if you are not there by 7:30, 7:35, then we will take you all to the coaches and then we will leave for Mazarat. So that journey, one of the very few journeys, we will not require everyone to be at the same time there because it is your choice to do the Mazarat or not. But on that morning, please wake up earlier than normal, have your breakfast, so you could have it, enjoy it at your own time, and then 7:30 in the lobby, and off we go to the Mazarat. Mazarat will be going to 3 places. We'll be going to Uhud to visit Sayyidina Hamza's grave and where the Shuhada of Uhud are buried, the battle place of Uhud. Then we'll go to the Masjid Quba, and then Masjid al-Qiblatain, and then back to the hotel. It should take us no more than, I would say, 3 hours, the whole trip. Obviously, doctor will be talking to everyone there about the virtues and the history behind each one of those ziyarat places.
Sorry, one thing we forgot to mention, that when we have the talks in Medina and Mecca, normally is between Asr and Maghrib. So it will start prompt at 4:15. You should have your receivers with you because we do not use microphones when we do the talks. Dr. Sharkawi will use his transmitter. It's like we did the test now, and you're going to be able to hear him. In Mazarat as well, I would like you to take with you the transmitters as well, so he doesn't have to use a microphone, but spoken normally, you can be able to hear you, all of you.
Now this is Medina. Now Medina, it's like a holiday stroke spiritual visit to the Holy Prophet's grave and to the city itself. It is not part of Hajj, but it is a visit which we do. So far Hajj hasn't started yet. You may wonder why I'm saying this, because when we come now to the details of Hajj, it will be a tiring time. You need to prepare yourself for it, especially with the hot weather. But inshallah, all will be rewarded. Nothing will go free in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now on 16th of August, and you could see so far I'm talking about August, because in a minute I'll shift to talk about Zul Hajjah. The reason is we don't know yet as to when the first Zul Hajjah is. But so far talking about the English date. On 16th of August, early morning, which is 6 o'clock, your luggage should be outside your room. Now, unlike other groups, normal group, they take buses from Medina to Mecca. After tours don't do that. They want your comfort, and they want you to be as comfortable as possible. They take a flight from Medina to Jeddah, and then from Jeddah, our private coaches will be waiting for us to transfer us to Mecca. And when I say private coaches, you will see the difference. You will see the government coaches, how they are, and you'll see the private coaches how they are. So from Medina airport to the hotel, coaches given by the government. We can't have our own transport. Coaches from Medina Hotel to the airport in Medina, also given by the government. But once we are in Jeddah, inshallah, we will have our private coaches take us all the way through until back to Jeddah airport. So the luggage will not be checked in on Saudi Airline on the internal flight. The only thing allowed on that flight is your hand luggage, which is the bag which Dr. Shafi'i showed you, the small bag. That is the only thing you take with you, but your luggage will be transferred by a van from Medina to Mecca. When you arrive Mecca, your luggage might be there waiting for you, might come an hour later, or might come by midnight that night. We don't know when. Depends how the police will allow the van to enter Mecca. But your luggage will arrive in Mecca by midnight inshallah, and we'll let you know once it's there. So your luggage, keep it outside your room by 6 a.m. for the porter to pick up, bring it downstairs, and then load it on the van. We will do that for you. Load it on the van, and then transfer to Mecca al-Mukarramah inshallah. But please leave it out by 6. If you leave it by 4:30, brilliant, thank you. 5 o'clock if you want to, fine, but don't leave it 10 hours before. But don't leave it after 6 either. By 6, it should be outside your room, please. Again, every handbag, every luggage piece should have the strap on it and should have the luggage tag, please. Hence, you have 5 luggage tags. You're not going to travel with 5 pieces, are you? Well, the airline will not allow you to. So please, everyone should have 1 luggage tag on. Then, inshallah, we'll leave Medina that morning. We'll leave, our flight will leave at 11:25. The flight number SV1449. And do they have a ticket for this flight, or they don't have a ticket?
We already have the tickets.
Okay, no, we have. But do they have a ticket? They don't have a ticket, yeah?
We just give them the boarding pass.
So on that ticket, on that one, you will not have a ticket with you, but in Medina, we'll give you a boarding pass to fly from Medina to Mecca, inshallah, to Jeddah.
Regarding the business class passengers who book the international business class flight, the internal flight do not have a business class ticket for them because it's not part of the international ticket.
So your luggage outside your room by 6 o'clock, and you are in the lobby by 8 in the morning. Wear your ihram, yeah, and be in the lobby by 8 o'clock. Check out of the hotel, give them the room keys, and if you have any extras, pay for it. Otherwise, ready in the lobby by 8 in the morning for the government coaches to take us to Medina Airport. The flight timing is 11:25 in the morning. We should be in Jeddah by 12:30. And once we arrive Jeddah Airport, please, again, don't wander around. Please stick to the group. That's very, very important. Stick to the group, and then we'll be taken to our private coaches. But on that day, we would have told you in Medina which coach you belong to. We have 3 coaches, and we'll let you know which coach you should be in. So each coach takes 50 passengers, and we are 150 in the group. So each coach will have 50, and please stick to the same coach always. So if we tell you your coach number is number 1, wherever we go up from that point, from Jeddah Airport, stick to coach 1 always. Because if I'm looking after coach number 1, for example, I would know is Khalil with me in the coach, and if he is not there, I will have to look for him. But then if Khalil moves from coach to coach whenever he wants to, don't do that, brother. Huh? If he wants to move from place to place, it will be difficult. But if you stick to your own coach, it's easy for the group leader or to look after that coach to know who is with him always. So please, no luggage checked on the airline on the internal flight. You should wear your ihram in Medina and be in set of ihram prior to leaving Medina, and doctor will elaborate on that more, inshallah, once we have our talk in Medina. And when we arrive in Jeddah Airport, please stick to the group leader. Do not wander around. On our way to Mecca, however, there are lots of checkpoints. My experience says in the past, not with Afta tours though, every checkpoint you stop there, it might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 6 hours, 8 hours. It depends. Your watch throw it away. If it is Rolex, give it to me. Anything else? But honestly, time for you, the watch in your hand to tell you what time it is. But if you tell you the journey will take 2 hours, please don't tell me it took 2 hours and 5 minutes. Yeah, you are not in London for the train to come at 9:19, well, it doesn't come anyway. But even if it comes, their time doesn't mean anything. And if the police stop you, for whatever reason, only God can move you. Okay? So time there is important to stick to it, to tell you be there at that time. But when we go from place to place, we will arrive when we arrive. So normally checkpoint take long. But after tours, for some reason, I don't know what this man does, you don't stop anywhere. You stop, and when they see the paper with him, they let go. I think last year and year before, no stops whatsoever. They were just moved straight away to the hotel. So if that happens, inshallah, within 2 hours, you should be in your hotel in Makkah al-Mukarram. Our hotel in Mecca called Swiss Hotel Al-Maqam. Now those who've been to Umrah before or Hajj, they know there is a Swiss hotel there. This is called the Swiss Hotel Al-Maqam. It's still within the complex of the clock tower. Those who've been there, they know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been there, then clock tower is that huge complex opposite Haram, but it's on the other side. Walking distance between your hotel and Haram Marble, less than a minute. In fact, that road we are on, no cars. Always blocked, no cars. Moreover, about half an hour before prayer time, they block that road. So even pedestrians can't come across it. So when you come outside your hotel, you're really coming out just to an open area, no cars, no people, except few, and you could even, then the prayer lines extend almost to where you are. So even sometimes you don't even have to go into Haram area, and you could join the Jama'at prayers from where you are. It's very conveniently located place. Again, once you arrive there, inshallah, your rooms should be ready, inshallah. And once room ready, we'll give you room keys, and you are off to your rooms. Luggage treated the same way. Once the luggage arrives, again, we'll let you know. Either you come and take it yourself if you are in a hurry for it, or we'll tell the porter of your room number, and then they are taking to your rooms as the time goes. So far, I haven't talked about anything to do with Hajj. So far, just ziyarat of Medina and traveling from place to place and checking hotels. We have reached now, if you realize, the third page in this white itinerary. After you check in at the hotel, you'll need to go to Haram to perform your Umrah Tamattu. And I will leave that details for Doctor to talk about when we are in Medina, inshallah. And once you finish your Umrah, your Tawaf al-Qudum and Sa'i, you can come out from Set of Ihram, come back to hotel, and back to your normal clothing. Any burning questions? Burning, not any burning questions on this? Okay. There are a few notes here on the between 5th and 8th al-Hajj that during our stay in Mecca, take advantage of visiting Haram as much as you can. Engage yourself in ibadah. Talking, you could do it in London when you come back. There, engage yourself as much as in ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please keep your valuables in the safe deposit box in your room. Do not take it with you to Haram. There are people come there specifically to steal. And it happened to many people in the past. Don't be a victim. So jewelries, you don't have to take much jewelries with you. I mean, for ladies, for example, why should you? Keep it back home. But your money, your watch maybe, or whatever valuable you have, a phone or iPad or whatever, please keep it locked in the safe. And every room should have a safe deposit box. Program it with your number and then keep it in. We'll have full access to our hotel. Why do we stress on this point, full access, full access? Because normally many groups, they give you a hotel in Mecca for 2 nights, 3 nights, then they move you to Aziziyah, which is near Mina. And at that time, you are in Aziziyah, far from Haram. You can't come, when you come to Haram, you have no hotel. And you are in Mina, you can't come to your hotel in Mecca, you have to go to Aziziyah. Afterwards, however, decided from few years ago until now that the hotel we check in Mecca will be our hotel until the day we are leaving. So even when we go to Mina and then after Arafah, we go to our tent and then come back to our hotel whenever we want to. And we'll be going through that in a minute. So the hotel, once you check in, the hotel, that is yours until the day of departure back to the UK. Please feel free to ask any questions if you don't understand. Myself, Shafi'i, doctor, there for you to help you. There is nothing called stupid question. There is nothing called simple question. If you don't know it, ask. We'll be more than happy to help you. Keep yourself busy with salah, recitation of Quran, dhikr, reflection. Make du'as for your family and for everyone. Yeah, so these are the days now we are talking about. You could see now we shifted from August to Zul Hajjah. So these days from 5th Zul Hajjah until 8th. What is Zul Hajjah? It's a day before Arafah, because Arafah is on Zul Hajjah. Again, so far, nothing unusual. Yeah, Hajj hasn't started yet.
Just one step back. Once we arrive to the hotel in Mecca, the coaches will drop us at the basement of the clock towers. Swiss al-Maqam has his own lifts to go to the reception, which is in P5. That if you enter from the basement of the clock towers, once we give you the keys, it's 1 minute walk to the lifts. The lifts are numbered from floors 1 to 25 and from 26 to 48. So there's 2 sets of lifts. We do not have a control which floor you're going to be in, and if we're going to have any haram views or not. If you want to go to the haram from your room, you take the appropriate left, you come down to the P5. As soon as you come from the left, there is huge, large 3 lefts in the front of you. Will take you straight down to the street which Brother Siba was talking about, which is parallel to Ibrahim al-Khalil, and is between the Hilton Towers and the clock towers. If you would like to use the prayer room in the clock towers, again, you go to the reception. The same left which you came from the basement, again, is only for Swiss al-Maqam. You take the left to P9, and this is the prayer room for men, and the floor above that by escalator is for the ladies. It's a huge prayer room. It takes about 10,000. If you'd like to use the shopping center for the clock towers, again, you take the escalator, which will take you straight to the shopping center. So we are in P5 all the time. The restaurant is in number 1. From your room, you take the left to number 1. You don't have to take another left. Once you come to number 1, it's exactly 1 to 1.5 minute walk to the breakfast and dining room. It's 4,000 seater. It's the largest in the whole of the clock towers. And there is a seat for each guest in the hotel. And this is where we're going to have our lectures as well, between Asr and Maghrib. Again, please, if you'd like to attend the lecture, make sure you are there 4:15. So I will advise you that to pray Asr on the praying rooms in the hotel. Thank you.
Brother Shafi'i said if you want to attend the lecture, I'll add one more and say please attend it. Please make sure every lecture you attend it, because we'll be talking about the logistic of every step of our way, especially the last few days in Mecca. Now I'm moving to the other itinerary. Yeah. And moving to the second page. The page entitled Hajj Days. Now up to 7 Zul Hajjah, the days are spent at leisure or just lectures or just tawaf or just umrah and just doing it at your own pace. There is no restriction as to what to do on a specific day. But from 8 Zul Hajjah, we have to follow a system which not only us follow it, but whole 2-3 million people there that will be doing almost the same as everyone else. On 8 of Zul Hajjah, you will have your breakfast in the morning. You will wear your ihram that morning and be in the lobby by 9:30 a.m. Not with your luggage. Your luggage should stay in the room, but with your hand luggage. What would your hand luggage need to have? Not your clothing, not your 5-6 reading books or valuables or whatever. You will only need few things for Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, and back to Mecca. So you might have your dua book, for example, your toiletries, very, very small thing we'll be talking about, inshallah, a bit later as to what you need to have for that journey. So the bag, the small bag, which you have, the one you have put your name on, the small one, that is more than enough to take with you to Mina and Arafah. You may take more if you want to, but you'll have two problems. Number one, you have to carry it yourself. And number two, some areas, police might stop you if you have big piece of luggage and they will not allow you. If this happens, I'm afraid you are left on your own because the group will carry on. So please do not take any big pieces of luggage with you. This handbag is more than enough. Or both, which one? This one?
String bag and
Yeah. So the string bag and this one. But don't take any suitcases. Or some people want to take these wheelie stuff. The wheelie stuff will not work because you will have lots of passages we are going through not tarred. They'll be just on earth. And we have lots of, sometimes you have to go over steps, over bridges. So please, these wheelie ones will not work. Take something very, very light. A very small one, not a big one, yes. But again, taking something big with you or even rucksack with you, what will you fill it with? You know, there'll be lots of walking. We are coming to that in a minute. Will be lots of walking. So the less you are carrying, the easier for you to move. So 9:30 in the morning, and please, when we say 9:30, mean 9:30, okay? Be there on time so we all can move. We will leave the hotel lobby to where our coaches are. Mostly they will be in the tunnel where the coach will drop you when you come from Jeddah, but we will let you know. So don't also say to yourself, I could be in the tunnel, I'll meet you downstairs. Everyone should be in the lobby of the hotel. I'll take a count by name that everybody is there. Then once we know that coaches are arriving, we will proceed. Now remember one thing, brothers and sisters, I'm going to be now a bit, not harsh, but firm. Because there are things there you might not understand why we are doing it this way. In Mecca, normally Mecca is busy always, day or night, let alone Hajj time. When the coach arrives in the tunnel and we are not there to board it, police will not allow it to stop even for a minute. And if the coach goes without us and we miss it, 3 hours to go and come back to where it is. So please, once I tell you, let us move, then we'll move. And once the coach is there, we'll start boarding it according to your coach numbers. Again, we have 3 coaches. You'll be assigned either coach number 1, coach number 2, or coach number 3. We will board the coaches, inshallah, and we go towards our tents in Mina. Now, our tents in Mina is a complex of tents. And where the Jamarats are, very few people can live in that area. European tents, normally, they are at the end of Mina, touching Muzdalifah area. To walk from your tent in Mina to the Jamarat to do Rami is 1.5 hour walk. And to go back to your tent is another 1.5 hours. So that's 3 hours walking. After tours, however, take us to VIP tents. And when I say VIP tents, they are VIP. Not 5-star hotels, but compared to other tents, they are VIP. And we are very close to Jamarat. And that is the only time we love to be near to Shaitan. The rest of the time, we don't want to be next to him. The Jamarat is the yellow color on the map, the complex. And the red above it, not the big red on the right, the small red on the top of it, that is where Afta Tours tents are. Walking distance from our tents to Jamarat shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. But the big red, can you see the big red on the right? This is where the European tents are. It is not cheap to have private tents, and they are not available for everyone either. So a big chunk of the money you paid after tours goes for these 2-3 days tents in Mina. And you will not appreciate that really until you are there and you will see. Tents, mashallah, they are well air conditioned, they have mattresses, and the mattresses are in such a way that could be done as a mattress at night and daytime become like a sofa to sit on. So it'll be folded in such a way. It's a very comfortable way sitting there. Hot and cold drink available all the time. We will have there our 2 meals we'll have there. We'll have our lunch and we'll have our dinner there. Believe it or not, when we say open buffet, I mean open buffet. Normally in Mina in the olden days, to be able to get al-Baik or to get KFC meal, it's a big job to be able to have something to eat. But now, to have an open buffet in Mina is something. Mina, when we are there on that day, obviously, once we arrive at Mina, at our tents, please stay in the coach until we tell you to disembark. Again, you are not school children. We are not controlling you. But if you come off, all tents look the same. Everybody wearing white. And if you wander around, to find you, it's not easy. Even if you ring me and say, look, I'm in X, there are no signs there to tell me where you are. All tents. So please stick to the group together. Sticking to the group, it doesn't mean that the first one should be here and the last one should be about 0.5 kilometer away. That's not a group. Who has been to Hajj before? Who have seen Indonesian groups or Turkish groups? Now tell me, can you go across them? It's like a wall. And I mean it. It's like a wall. They stick together, just behind each other. And you cannot get in between. Our groups, mashallah, cars and trains can go in between. That is not a group. We will have one of us in the front carrying the Afta Tour banner. We'll have one at the back. If you see 2 signs in front of you, inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. If you don't see any, same thing. You should see 1 in front of you. Be between the 2. The front one will walk not fast, I hope, but not slow either. The last one will walk at the pace with the last person. Brothers and sisters, you appreciate not all of us on the same strength. They are elderly, even young people might not be as strong as others. So the last one will walk on the pace of the slowest person. And there'll be communication between the last one and the first one to slow down or to go or whatever. We will sort that out, but you should be in the middle. And please, please stick together. Because losing one of you in those places is not pleasant at all. Not pleasant for us, organizers, and not pleasant for you as a passenger, because where will you go? All the tents have certain group in them, and if you are lost from us, it's not good. So please stick together. Once we arrive in Mina, we get you to disembark, come off the tent, then we'll direct you to your tents. Obviously, from that time, during the Masha'ir of Mina, Arafah, gents and ladies will be separate. We'll have ladies' tents, we'll have gents' tents, and we'll direct you to it. Now, your tents are not en suite, unfortunately. Your bathroom is not just for you only. You'll have no wall for your rooms in tents. Tents are tents. You will have your sleeping mattress. On your right, there is someone. On your left, there is someone. Under your feet, there is someone. And above your head, there is someone. So please, at that time, test your patience. And if you tell me, what should I take with me there? I'll tell you patience. What else? Patience. What else? I will carry on. At that time, Mina is a very small area. It has to accommodate the 3 million Hajis. So places there are very limited. Once you are in your tents, we will inshallah, to be just around Zuhur time, we'll pray Zuhur Jama'at there, we'll have lunch, and then we'll have a lecture, we'll have a recitation of the Holy Quran, and then the rest of the time kept for you to rest. Once evening time comes, we want you all to sleep. Not to get rid of you, but to be able to have enough sleep, so next day is a heavy day. And you are traveling to Saudi, not for the 14 days, you are traveling for that specific day, Arafah day. So sleep as much as you can, rest as much as you can, do dhikr as much as you can, do ibadah as much as you can, but have your body rested and ready for the next day. Next morning, become now 9th of Zul Hajjah. We will inshallah wake you up early. Early mean before Fajr. We will ask you to do your wudu. Now bathrooms in Mina, brothers and sisters, are not a lot. There will be queuing on the bathroom. So the earlier the prayer time you are ready to go to the bathroom, the less crowd. Once azan comes, and you'll see, mashallah, so many azans going around because every group will have their own azan happening, and the bathroom will get really busy. So please use the bathroom as early as you can so you don't have to queue a lot. But in all cases, be ready with your wudu before Fajr. And once we tell you we are ready to move from the tents, be ready, please. We don't want to be ready and then 2 or 3 people sitting in the bathroom waiting for their turn. Be ready early, please. We will walk towards the train station. What we do normally, again, one person will be in the front and one person will be at the back, and we'll walk towards the train station. It might take about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depend, because there'll be lots of escalators to go. And once we are up, Fajr time should come. We'll pray Fajr, inshallah, there, Jama'at, and then we'll proceed towards the trains. Again, the trains there are not what you are used to here. It's a very long train. And there, once you arrive at the station, everybody is a chief. Everybody will tell you what to do. Now, from that point, brothers and sisters, you don't listen to anyone except myself and Shafi. The workers there will tell you, come here, go there. If you tell you don't go there, don't go there. The train itself, at that time, obviously, you would have had the transmitter in your ears. And this, where's my, somewhere. Your ID card, brothers and sisters, I want to insist on this point, should be worn always. Always. It's good for us to identify you. Plus, when you enter the camps, they will look at your ID, and if they see you are after tour person, they will let you in. Once we arrive at the train station, brothers and sisters, it's important to understand this point, not for that morning, but for the evening. We need to be, all of us, on one train. Now, we are not 5 people, we are not 10, we are 150. In fact, we are 154 people in total. Once we are at the train station, if we tell you do not board this train, that means even if they carry you, do not board it. We don't want to be on 2 different trains. The reason is, once the first train arrives, you cannot stand there and wait for the rest to arrive to you. They will keep on moving you. And they move us like, I'm not saying cattle as cattle, but they keep on moving you. Because if you stop there and the other train comes, within minutes, the platform will be crowded. So if we tell you do not board the train, this train, do not. And whatever they tell you, they speak to you in Arabic, they speak to you in English, they speak to you in Urdu, they speak to you in Turkish, whatever they speak to you, you don't understand. You understand us only. So normally in the morning to go from Mina to Arafah is quite easy. And normally the train is empty. Empty mean you could see each other. You could talk to each other. You could see the floor of the train. Yeah, you could look from the window without being people around you. We arrive at Arafah. We come out from the train. Now again, the train will not stop in few places, so to worry about where to get off. The train will open. Once the door opens, that is our slot. But keep your ears open on the instructions from us, please. We get off the train. Again, you have to look at the Afta tour sign. And we start moving, and we walk through our tent. Normally, the walk should be about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sometimes I take 20 minutes. It depends how far our tent in Arafah from the train station. We go to our tents. Again, you'll be directed to your ladies and gents places. The place in Arafah even smaller than our place in Mina. So in Arafah, there will be no mattresses for you to sleep on. There will be just carpet on the floor. If you take your sleeping bag with you, please do, if you want to. Sleeping bags, however, normally provided in... Okay, not necessary to take sleeping bag. Yeah, so in Arafah, even sleeping bag? Okay. Sure. So you will have a slot to sleep that morning because you will need to rest a bit. And then we'll have, inshallah, our breakfast. Now, our breakfast in Arafah will not be a buffet, will not be omelette with mushroom and a bit of mint on top of it. There'll be boxes provided to us by the Ministry of Hajj. Well, not Ministry of Hajj, it's us, we paid for it, but this is how the breakfast will be in Arafah. There'll be croissant, there'll be a drink, a bit of milk, some cereal, maybe. So it's a very light. And at that time, really, you don't want a heavy meal. You want to be as light as possible to free yourself for ibadah and to save you time going to the bathroom and back. You have your breakfast, you sleep for a bit, rest for a bit, and then Zuhr time comes. We'll pray Zuhr and Asr together, Jama'. We pray together, Jama'at inshallah. I'm not going through the ahkams here. Remember that any question about the ahkam of Hajj, don't ask me. I will not reply to you. Don't ask Shafi'i. You have a man next to him, Dr. Sharkawi, he will give you all the information. I'm talking about it now just to tell you the logistic of how things are going. We pray Zuhr Asr Jama', and then inshallah we'll have lunch. Now the lunch that day is beautiful. It's trays, it comes in trays with rice and really fresh. I'm shocked. Open buffet in Arafah? Well. Well. Okay. Open buffet in Arafah, brothers and sisters. Never heard of in the past. I never heard of it myself. Okay. So we'll have our lunch there. What is the menu? See, he doesn't know.
I don't know.
We'll have the lunch, and then at that time you need to be awake mentally and physically for the ibadah. Again, that is the day and the time you are in Hajj for. So Doctor and Sheikh Ayub and others will keep us inshallah occupied with the ibadah. Bathrooms are available there, maybe not next to your tent, maybe you have to go 2-3 minutes. Remember, it's very hot, will be on that day. But inshallah our tents are air conditioned. So go out of the tent only when you need to. Otherwise keep yourself cool and keep yourself engaged in ibadah. And then at a certain time in the evening before Maghrib, we will let you know to get ready, get your handbag ready, and then we will go towards the train station. Now I could tell you that we'll stay until Maghrib time and we'll leave after Maghrib and all will be easy, but brothers and sisters, on that day it is not like that. Again, if you haven't been to Hajj before, you will not absorb what I mean until you see it there physically. At that time, everyone, all the 2-3 million people will leave Arafah going towards Muzdalifah. Some will go by buses. By the way, our buses, we have state-of-the-art coaches for you there to use. I'm forgetting to move this slide, aren't I? That's a train. That's a train station and how the train is. This train, you will see it maybe when you go from Mina to Arafah. But in the evening, it's a different story. I'm coming to that in a minute. That's Jabal al-Rahma. These are our coaches. The coasters are for men, and the pickup for ladies. And VIP will go on the GMC. Now, really, our coaches, there are no coaches at that time, will be only train, but you'll see people like that. Some on top of buses, some in the buses, some walking. Some people walk from Arafah to Muzdalifah and then off to Mina. Will take more than 2 hours. It's long. Even at night, it will be hot. However, we have to go to the train station. And sometimes, brothers and sisters, you wait 2-3 hours before your turn comes to go to the platform. At that time, everybody is leaving. When we came in the morning, people come different timing. But we come at the time everybody is coming. So they really have a good system for the train if people follow it. But some people don't follow it, and some people create problems there. But what they do, they allow people to go slowly to the front until you reach the platform. And if you know Jubilee line here in this country, on the platform there are glass doors, so you don't fall on the track. They have the same system there, but once you are at the point where you board the train, we have to be, or let me go one step backward. You stay with the group, but again, like a wall, not like half a kilo in between. We tell you then, the train will come this way, and there'll be gates to get into. So you have, for example, 55, 54, 53. We tell you, you should be between 47 and 42. Do not go further than 47. Do not go further than 42. You need to be in these doors only. And there, forget you are British. Forget you are be whatever nationality you want, but no queuing system there. Because if you stand in such a way, and there is maybe 20 centimeters between you and the door, believe me, 5 people will be ahead of you. Without you knowing, you'll be 3 meters behind. Because you say, mashallah, let them go, let them come. And you'll end with 5 meters behind. At that time, have some courtesy, but not a lot. Because you need to get your space, your place as well, like others. Once doors open, we will tell you, or just before the doors open, if all our people are in the front, if we tell you do not board that train, do not board it. Okay? If we tell you board it, then you need to be quick. And these photos you will not see on the way back. You will be squeezed so much that you can't even sometimes, you can breathe, but you can't even move an inch right or left. Thousands of people there, and everybody is pushing. And look, Brother Shahid is moving, shaking his head. He's done it a few times. So you need to get to the train if we tell you to get to it. If not, don't get. The workers there will force you to board. Again, you don't understand any language. You don't board until we tell you. The distance between Mina and Arafah, 14 minutes. Buses take sometimes up to 7 hours. So you could see how, alhamdulillah, how lucky we are. On the way back, however, from Arafah to Muzdalifah, 9 minutes from Arafah to Muzdalifah. Once we get off the coach, once we get off the train in Muzdalifah, we come out of the train and we walk towards our place. Muzdalifah has no tents. It will be just an open area, but we'll have, inshallah, our area there with carpet to be able to sleep on. Muzdalifah will combine Maghrib and Isha prayers. We'll collect our peoples from there, minimum 49, because we have to do Rami on the first day 7, Rami on the second day 21, and on the third day 21. must stay together. I know where the group's staying. Must stay together, must. And you cannot wander around there. There is no signs to tell you where to go. If you miss the turning, if you miss your group, you are lost. You will not see you until we arrive in Mecca next day. We will have our packed meal from Arafah. We'll give it to you in Arafah, inshallah. You have to carry it with you to Muzdalifah, because Muzdalifah there is no food. So we'll give you the evening packed meal from Arafah to carry with you. And we will stay in Muzdalifah, inshallah, until next morning, Fajr time. And that is now 10th of Zil Hajjah. This is Muzdalifah. It's just an open land. And all men wearing ihram, white ihram. So if you are lost, you are lost. Difficult to find where your group is. So please stick together, please. Muzdalifah night at that time, I think, whether it is ground, whether it is carpet, no beds, I think everybody will sleep without reading a bed story for you, bedtime story. Everybody is tired, but everybody is light. Why light? All the gunas and all the sins, inshallah, would be all wiped out from us, forgiven. Again, that night is a heavy night. You will hear people arguing, you will hear people shouting, you will hear swear words that if we hear it in the UK, we feel ashamed of it. People do miss, they don't like to keep their Hajj for long. We do like that. Please come back to UK with it. That evening, if we were to be separated from if, for example, any of us happen that we did not board the right train, then we will let you know how during this. So this earpiece is very important to have on you always, and listen to the instructions, please, from us. Next morning, now we're coming to 10th of the Hajjah, the third paragraph. How many pebbles you would have collected from Muzdalifah? And at that time, if your wife tells you go and collect for me, you may tell her no. Collect your own pebbles. It's very, in the past, brothers and sisters, I'll just share this with you. We used to tell people to bring torches with them because there were no toilets in Muzdalifah. There are 3 areas you could do your business in, either 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5 stars. The 5 stars toilets were behind the rock. The 4 stars, somebody carrying the ihram and covering you. So we tell you to pick up you to have a torch with you, so when you pick up a pebble, to know exactly what you are picking from the floor. Now, mashallah, in Muzdalifah, after 20 years, toilets everywhere. And I have 2 stories toilets now, not just one. And they have pink for ladies and blue for men. They have lights, floodlights everywhere. Muzdalifah becoming now a luxury. So today's Muzdalifah is 7 stars compared to what it used to be 15, 17 years ago. So pick up the pebbles, experience that ibadah. Collect the pebbles is ibadah by itself. It's one from mash'ar min sha'airillah. Collect the pebbles, sleep that night as much as you can, rest. You'll be sleeping anyway. Rest. You will see people around you sitting down talking or whatever, and those who can't sleep, if people talking around them, at that night will be an exception. You will sleep anyway because you'll be very tired.
Sorry, very quickly. You can find sleeping bags for that.
In Muzdalifah, yes. They'll be there, inshallah. Last year, I insisted of disobeying Shafi'i's point, told people, take it anyway, just in case. And when we reached there, mashallah, hundreds of sleeping bags were on the floor. So sleeping bags are given there, inshallah. Yeah. I mean, ladies and gents will be on 2 different areas, not just, no tents. So if our men sitting here, ladies will be next to us here. So it'll be in the same vicinity area. Cold drink should be there, water, cold drink, but this flask, please fill it from Arafah, tea or coffee, and take it with you there if you want to. Okay? So after praying our Maghrib Isha there, after having a bite, collecting the pebbles, the night is yours to just rest as much as you can. So far now we are coming, at that time is getting a bit more difficult. Now the height day of difficulty is 10th of Zil Hajj, because there are lots of things to do on that day. Brothers and sisters, we wake up that morning on 10th of Zil Hajj, we pray Subh in Muzdalifah, Jama'at inshallah, and then we tell you to get ready to go to the train station. Whatever crowd you saw in Arafah trying to board the train to Muzdalifah, multiply it with the crowd you see from Muzdalifah to Mina. At that time, you need to be together. You cannot afford not to be with the group on that day. And if you haven't practiced having a group like a wall, do it that morning. Because once we reach at the train station, again, we'll assess the situation once our turn comes. And if we can board the train, all of us, we'll let you know. If not, we'll wait for the train after. Trains normally run about 3-4 minutes in between. There was one incident though, they had a problem, and we had to wait about an hour and a half for a train to move from Muzdalifah. But whatever happens that morning, I can assure you, it is not of Afta 2's making. That is something the rest of the 3 million people experiencing, and we are only 150 people among that. So whatever delay that morning happens, that is because of that system. And again, those who live in London, when they have a football match in Wembley, what happened to the area? Clogged up. Only maybe 30,000 people or maybe 20,000 people. The roads everywhere get blocked. There you are looking at 3 million moving from A to B, and not moving within like 3-4 days, moving within hours. So that will take its toll on delays. We board the coach, why I'm saying coach? We board the train to Mina, again 7 minutes from Muzdalifah to Mina, and we get off Mina and we have to walk to Jamarat. The walking there will be one-way system. You will not be able to, you will be able to walk the other way, but everybody walking towards that one direction. Again, you have to be behind the first banner, not behind two. The first banner will walk, and as we are walking, we come to Jamarat. And the first one we come to, now where Jamarat is here? Yeah. The first Jamara we come across is Jamara Ula. Don't say to yourself, wow, empty, let me do mine here. That is the first Jamara. No hitting of the first day. Then you come to the second Jamara. Distance in between is only about 100 meters. It's not that far from each other. The second Jamara also is empty. Again, no hitting of the second Jamara the first day. When you come to the third Jamara, you see people hitting. We'll tell you to, okay, we'll tell you, for example, we are waiting at point number 55 or 56 or whatever. You do your rummy, come back to the same point. The police might move, if I'm waiting for you at point 56, for example, and the police move me. I could argue with them for a minute or two, but I can't stand there for longer than that. I'll start moving. I'll walk a step, then wait. Yeah? So I might tell you 56, and when you come, you find me at 57. But again, look at Afta Tour's banner, be there on time once you finish. This is how the Jamara look like. It's like an aeroplane wing. And you hit it. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, 7 stones, back with the group. And that morning, everybody is tired, even me. Everybody will be tired that morning, you just want to rest. Now you have done so far quite a lot of the wajibat of Hajj. But can you come out from your ihram yet? You can't. There are still 2 things outstanding. Qurbani and halq or taqsir. Now, if you want Qurbani to be done via us, we are happy to get it done for you at extra cost. What's the cost, Shafi?
Right. There is 3 ways you can do your Qurbani. Number 1, you buy the government coupons. There's a lot of places around the Haram in Mecca and Medina for you to buy the tickets. I don't know how much they charge in this year. Last year was around 500 riyal, but I don't know how much they're gonna charge this year. The second option for you, if you know someone in Saudi Arabia and you trust him, he can do it on your behalf, then you can give him the money to do this. But I don't think he will guarantee you that it's gonna be done on the time you want. The third option, which is after tours option. That is, we charge double the money for the government. We charge it either 200 pounds or 1,000 riyal. But we guarantee the following. Number one, is going to be done before 9:30 in the morning. The reason I'm saying that, because the owner of the slaughterhouse, we know him personally for the last 15 years, and the person who goes with the list of the names who are participating in this to slaughter their animals, that is his nephew. So he goes with the list and he does it one by one. Right? So you know that it's guaranteed that it's done in your name and it's done in the time, which by the time you reach the hotel is going to be done, inshallah.
If you take after tours option, we'll collect the money from you, inshallah, in Medina during the 3 days we are there. So make your mind up from here how you want it to be done, and if it is from after tours, I'll be there in Medina, inshallah, to take the money from you and take your name. So the reason I brought this subject, because we have two things not done yet. We have Qurbani and we have the Taqsir. Once we finish doing Rami of the big Jamara, we come off and we walk towards our coaches. Now, walking towards our coaches, it doesn't mean I'll take you 2 kilometers walking just because I like you to walk extra. No. Take you to the nearest point where cars and buses are allowed. And you will see it yourself. Where you are walking, the only cars you will see are the ambulances or police cars. You will not see any private cars or buses there. We'll walk towards the nearest point where our coaches are. Mostly they'll be at the end of a street called Sudqi Street, which is a well-known street there. We'll board our coaches. Again, you board the coach number which was assigned to you from the beginning. We board the coach and we go towards our hotel in Mecca. Normally, by the time we reach the hotel, our Qurbani is done. So we'll let you know in the bus that your Qurbani is done. If for whatever reason we were early to reach the hotel and the Qurbani not done yet, once it is done, we'll write it down on the WhatsApp group. Now the WhatsApp group, very important that every one of you should be on it. If any of you not on the WhatsApp group of Hajj 2017, please speak to Iman or Dina to add you on, because hotels, did I say 17? Yes. I'm 1 year behind. Okay, 2018, because I'm not on it yet, so I'll ask her to add me on. 2018, hotels will have Wi-Fi. I'm not expecting you to read that in Mina if you don't have internet, but hotels will have Wi-Fi. So if we don't tell you in the coach that Qurbani is done, as soon as it's done when you are in the hotel, we'll let you know. As your Qurbani is done, you could then do your halaq or taksir, and you are out of ihram. Then you could have your shower. And at that time, that shower is priceless. Because you would have had your last shower on the 8th of the Hajj. And the second one is 48 hours later. But brothers and sisters, believe me, the experience you have or you will have in these 2 days, you will never experience it anywhere else. The days, the hours you spend in Arafah, you might get a bit hot or tired, but when you come back and reflect on it, you will say, I wish I can do it again. So if you take non-Muslim to do that, they will say we are mad, but we are doing it from the heart for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to purify ourselves. So yes, you will have a beautiful shower, but then you will say to yourself, I wish I could do this again and again. And I pray, inshallah, for all of you to be able to do this trip again and again, inshallah. But with after tours, back to hotel. If we arrive the hotel early, we'll have our breakfast, buffet breakfast. If you arrive late, the breakfast gone. But in all cases, we'll have lunch in the hotel. And by that time, your Qurbani done, your taksir done, your shower done, you're back to your normal clothing. We do the, we pray our Zuhr there as well. We have our lunch, and then we'll head back towards Mina. I'm trying to find out the timing, what time to be ready in the hotel. 3 o'clock. between 2:30 and 3. But again, I want to mention one thing which I forgot in the beginning. The itinerary here and the timing are just provisional. So if we tell you something else on the WhatsApp group, please stick to it. Don't tell me the itinerary says this. So if we see there that we have to leave earlier than 2:30, we'll let you know. If we leave later than 3 o'clock, we'll let you know. So stick to the time we will give you on the WhatsApp group, inshallah. So by 2:30 or 3 o'clock, we should be ready in the lobby to go back to Mina. How do we go back to Mina? By our private coaches. Again, stick to the coach number you are on. We come down in the basement, we board the coaches, and we go back to Mina. Once we are in Mina, to the nearest point where the coaches can take us, we'll disembark and walk towards our tent. And at that time, you know exactly where your bed is, where your mattress is in the tent. There is no Rami to do on that day either, because we already done our Rami on that first day. Come back there. We'll have our Maghrib prayer there, Isha prayer there, our buffet dinner there, and we sleep that night.
Regarding the dinner on that day, we have already paid for the animals to be ready for Brother Mahmoud to cook nihari and biryani for that day. And trust me, I know we have a very, very famous restaurant owner in our group, Royan Nawab, but trust me, he will ask him for the recipe.
Yes, it is nihari. It's a beautiful meal. That is in addition to whatever the buffet has. So on that day, you will have an Indian dinner. Then we'll have a talk there, we'll have a recitation of Quran, we'll have ibadah, we'll discuss things with your colleague or whatever. And then you sleep that night. Next morning, however, we wake up for Fajr, we pray Fajr, and then we leave our camp in Mina. We walk again to where our coaches are. We board the coaches, come back to Mecca hotel again. And you could see now the benefit of having your hotel in Mecca accessible all the time of duration of Hajj. Come back to hotel, and on that day, we would request you all, if you can, to do your rest of the wajibat in Haram, tawaf and sa'i and so on. So at least your wajibat are done. Haram will be busy, and the longer you keep it, the busier Haram is. If you can do it on the first day, I don't think anybody will or can, then emptier than second day. If you do it on the second day, emptier than the third day. Third day, emptier than the fourth, and so on. So on the second day, which is now we're talking about 11 of Zul Hajjah, when we come to hotel from Mina, do your ibadah, do your wajibat in Haram, come back to hotel, have your lunch, and then we have to leave after lunch straight away back to Mina. So we take the same routing, but in this case, on the 11th, on the way to the tents in Mina, we'll pass Jamarat. So have your papers with you. We'll pass Jamarat, we'll do Rami of the first Jamara, second Jamara, and the third one. So on the second day, we do how many stones? 21 stones in total. We should do that before Maghrib, come to our tents, again, have our dinner. Any nihari on that day? No nihari on that day. If anybody said leftover, nothing will be left over. Because we have other group members coming and say, can you give us a bit, please? Because they see Indian food and they go mad. Sell it. We come back to tent, we have our dinner, buffet dinner. Again, we sleep that night. On the 12th of the Hajj now, which is third day of Eid, we wake up in the morning again, we pray our subh, then we leave the tents, but in this case we leave and will not come back to the tent. So whatever we have there, hand luggage, we take it with us. In fact, you could take, when we go to Mecca and back and forth, take to Mecca whatever you don't need in Mina anymore. So at least last day you are not carrying much with you. We come back to the hotel, but on the way to our coaches, we pass Jamarat. We do Rami of the first, second, and third, and in this case now our Rami is complete. We come back, we go to our coaches, both the coaches, and we go to our hotel, and that's it. Arafah is over, Mina is over, Muzdalifah is over, Hajj is over. What day is that now? 12th of Zil Hajjah. 12th of Zil Hajjah. If I come back now to the other itinerary, you see on the bottom of the third page written 25th of August 2018. Now, 13th of Zil Hajjah will be day spent at leisure. Yeah? 14 of Zil Hajjah, it should correspond to 25th of August. It should. But if it is not, then it doesn't matter. On that day, we would like you all to perform your Tawaf al-Wida', farewell Tawaf to Kaaba. And always it says here, you are not allowed to do any shopping, so please do your shopping on the 12th and 13th of Zil Hajjah. If you don't do the shopping, don't. I'll take your money and spend it on your behalf. I will help you with that. I'm happy to. I wouldn't do that, don't worry. Then we come to 25th of August. On that night, 25th of August at night, 11:30, we would like your luggage to be outside your rooms. Because next day now, 26th of August, we are leaving from Mecca to Jeddah airport and then back to London. So your luggage should be out. Again, your luggage will be transferred by pickup. So when you arrive at the airport, it's ready for you to check in. So your luggage out. Again, put your luggage tags and make sure every bag has the strap on it. So by 11:30 at night, your luggage is out to be collected by the porters. And on the morning of the 26th of August, again now we are back to English month, you need to be in the reception by 6:30 a.m. We will try, inshallah, that morning to speak to the hotel if they can open the restaurant earlier. Now, normally they open by 6. Now, if they open by 6, you have like 20 minutes to have something quickly. It doesn't have to be fried eggs that morning and queuing for something else. Very quick. If they open the restaurant early for us, we'll have extra time to have our proper breakfast. But in all cases, 6:30 in the lobby to be able to make our way, as the coaches will be there at 7 o'clock to take us back to Jeddah airport. On the way to Jeddah airport, we'll give you the passports back, which you have given to us when you arrived at Medina. And then we check in with the airline. Again, if you are looking at Heathrow Airport, the way people check in, the way people queue, mashallah, brilliant. Jeddah Airport on the way back is not like that. It is not even the opposite. It is worse. You see how people are carrying luggage above the heads of other people, passing through. There again, if you leave an inch in front of you, 2-3 people will be ahead of you. You need to be, again, a bit, I'm not saying harsh, yeah? I'm not saying bad, but you need to be firm to be able to get yourself in the queue to check in. If you want to let your family know, flight number SV115 departing at 1:15 p.m. And inshallah we'll land at Heathrow Airport by 5:40 in the evening. When we arrive at Jeddah Airport, 2 things will happen there. Number 1, you'll pick up your bags. And number 2, we'll tell you to go to a corner where Brother Shafi will be there to give you your Zamzam water. Each one person allowed, not by Afta tours, because we could give you more if you want to, but airline do not allow you to carry more than 1 piece per person on the plane. That is not weighed. So we allow 2 pieces of luggage of 23 kilos each. Zamzam water is not added on. That is something extra the airline give you as an allowance to carry. So 5 liters of Zamzam water per person. We showed you the ID sticker and the long sticker to put on. That make it easy on you when you arrive at Heathrow Airport to pick your luggage, to pick your Zamzam from here. So once you are checked in, you go to immigration, get yourselves stamped, and then to the airline gate back to London, inshallah. Before I open the floor for questions, I would like to go on the last page of this itinerary. last page. What to take with you for Hajj. You could see here what we wrote down is what you need. Anything extra you take, you will not need it. Toiletries, and then unscented shampoo or soap. Doctor will elaborate in that, inshallah, in Medina more. All your medication, especially if you are on specific medication, take whatever enough for 14 days and maybe a week extra. And a piece of advice, brothers and sisters, do not leave your medicine all in one bag. Bags do get missed. Bags do get delayed. Bags do get lost. So in case, God forbid, one of your bag doesn't arrive on time, you have medicine for another bag. Most medication is available there, but some of it might be controlled drugs, which you have to have prescription, and you will not be able to obtain it in the pharmacy there. Sleeping bag, especially for Muzdalifah, optional, but Shafi'i is saying that is available there. 3-pin to 2-pin travel plug converters. If you forget that here, don't worry. You will find it there. You'll buy it there. 5-10 riyals, you'll buy one there in the shops. Feel free to take your medication to medical masks and hand cleaners, gel, disinfectant, whatever. But please add to this list whatever you want, but has to be essential. At the end of the day, you are carrying your own luggage. Nobody there to carry your luggage for you. We advise you to keep your money and valuable in the safe deposit box always, and keep your mobile phone with you. Now we will have we have a list of numbers of everyone, phone numbers. We have a list of phone numbers, but if any of you change your number there, for whatever reason, please let me know. So at least I could update your phone number to the current one in case we need to get in touch with you urgently. Important notes, please note that Hijri dates are not confirmed, as we mentioned before. And please keep the first row of each coach empty for the volunteers or for those elderly who can't go towards the back. And always remember that they're to help each other. So if you see someone need help, please extend your hand. What to prepare for essentials? A lot of patience, back to the same subject. And you need that, honestly you need that. Because sometimes you see things happening there, it gets on your nerve. You are doing your tawaf beautifully and somebody elbow you. Don't elbow them back. Don't shout at them. Let them. You are not there on a match. Plus when you're doing your tawaf there, you see people just getting in between just to finish it early. There is no prizes there for those who finish their tawaf early. If it took you 5-10 minutes extra, so what? But you see lots of things happening there which not right. But unfortunately, this is how, not everybody have seminars to educate their people. Do not get angry. That's also important. Do not get angry for whatever happens. You see lots of irritating behaviors, ignore it. Be positive always. Be positive always, and smile always. And smiling doesn't cost you anything. Have only one concern, and that is the main thing. Will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept my amals, my Hajj? When packing things for Hajj, keep in mind, I will not read it all, I'll leave it for you to go through it. But the main thing I want to reiterate before we open the floor for any questions is stick together as a group. Again, be a group like a wall together. We should really, in real term, between the two banners, you shouldn't have more than 15, 20 meters. But normally we get sometimes 100, 150 meters. That shouldn't happen. And number two, in busy area, busy places, instruction should come only from me and Brother Shafi'i only, not from anybody else. If anybody in the group tells you to do it this way, okay, unless you hear it from us, don't. Again, we're not controlling you, but we want things to go in the right way, inshallah. If anything there you need help, I'm there for you. Brother Shafi'i, Dr. Sharkawi, there, my brother Mahmoud. But if you have any special concerns about anything, please come to me and I'll be more than happy to try to sort it out. We'll open the floor now for discussion, for questions. Brother Shafi will take over now.
Right, Assalamu alaikum. Right, question. How many times we're going to be in ihram? Twice. Very good. Once you get in a state of ihram, inshallah, ladies, total obedience. Out of 150 people, we have 130 passengers who have mahram with them. That means husband and wife. And the wives have to be in total obedience. Best behavior. Once you come out of a state of ihram, back to normal. So you're gonna enjoy it only twice. Make the most of it, yeah? Right. How big is how big is the peoples you're gonna collect? That big? That big? That big. Yes? It's a simple. It's not like so if you're taking revenge, yeah? Right. We'll start the questions. Brother Sibai will pass the microphone so everybody can hear the question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum
Just
salam.
here. Qurbani money, why can't it be collected here and it has to be in Medina?
That's a very good question. We are a company which our accounts have been audited by the Atoll and the Afta, and of course by the dreaded taxman. Any money will come to us, we have to justify where's the money is going. If we collect the money here and pay it to someone over there, they'll ask for us for receipts, they'll ask us for a lot of things to prove. Now, this money is given to that person, which I told you the person is going to collect that, but we'll pass it to him straight away, and he give it to the slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse does not give us a receipt. And that's why we collect it over there, because if you'd like to pay us over here, you're going to tell me I pay by credit card. I can't accept this. Bank transfer, I cannot accept this. So it has to be paid over there. And I said again, you don't have to participate with Afta tours. Okay?
Second one, your lectures start straight after Asr. So if we are in Makkah, 3:45 or 3:50 is roughly the time. That won't be enough time to come back.
Exactly that I said before, if you would like to attend the seminar, which I urge you to do, please pray in the praying room. I mentioned that.
But where is the logic of missing the reward of 100,000 prayer in there and then coming back?
Right, that is a question which everybody must know about the answer of this one.
Assalamu alaikum. Praying in the area around the haram as same as you are praying in the haram, because Prophet Muhammad sallam said, Makkah kulluha haram. All Mecca is haram. Wherever you pray in Mecca, you are getting the same reward that you are praying next to the Kaaba. Okay?
Just a final one then. Washrooms. When I went for Umrah last time, they were awful. Obviously with
Washrooms in Umrah?
Washrooms in sort of Makkah area or any haram area were
When you went to Umrah, you booked a hotel, yes?
That's right. I did, but obviously there are times when you need to use them within there. What is the general condition in the tents and all those areas so we can keep?
That's a very good question. It's a valid question. If I say comfort zone, does that ring the bell? You are out of your comfort zone, especially ladies. Ladies like the bathroom to be spotless, clean. And all of a sudden they're going to be in a Mina. And all of a sudden they said, oh, what's happening here? That's why we say patient. Now, although our camp is only for the people who are actually inside that camp, still, we don't make it dirty Hajj make it dirty. So it doesn't make sense to me. People coming from Europe and America, which is the people who allowed only to use our camp, and they still have this attitude. But anyway, it's going to be much, much better, about, I would say, 1,000 times better than the other camps outside. It's not really bad. I mean, I don't want you to be really worry about this. Plus, after tours, we have two cleaners. We have a male cleaner and a female cleaner, which you will clean after tours guests when they use the toilet. So we actually made plans as well for this. Right. Next question.
I've also got 3 questions.
3. Number 1, fire.
If you wish to purchase a wheelchair there and use it yourself to push your family member, is that possible? And
of course, I think, I don't know the new prices because the government has introduced a lot of VET, value added tax, and a lot of things. And the prices have shot up in the last year, seriously. I think the last time it was between £50 to £80. Now, after you use it yourself, I will advise you to give it sadaqah. So every time someone will use the chair, now where to give it sadaqah is either you can do 2 things. We have few people in our group who are using helpers with the wheelchairs. Either you can give it to those people or you can give it to the hotel reception, which people coming from the guests in the hotels, they will actually be able to use it. And every time somebody will use the chair, you will get rewards, inshallah. Second question.
in terms of online check-in, before we leave from London Heathrow, is there any point doing it or not necessary?
Right. Our group is what you call a block booking, right? Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be allowed to do online check-in or not, but you can try the day before. I'm working on it. Right. We have Dina here, the office manager is, and she's trying to make sure that you can be able to book one day before.
Okay, question number 3, and this is for the Sheikh. Having read various literature regarding the Rami on the 12th of Zil-Hijjah, it is preferred that you do it after Zawal. Now, obviously in this group, and I understand the logistics as to why we are doing it after Fajr, what is the difference and what is your suggestion?
We do Rami al-Jamarat around the clock, because this was in the time of Prophet Muhammad sallam, even although the number of Hajj was very limited, but he allowed some people to do it even after the midnight. So there is no restriction at all. And this is, now I am over than 30 years, I am doing a Hajj, alhamdulillah. And since I was doing the Hajj, I was advising my group always to do the Rami at any time. It was a lot of restriction from the Saudi and from the other people about that, in the mosque, don't do that unless Zawal, all this stuff. And later on, roughly 5 years or 7 years ago, they came to my opinion and they allowed the Jamarat around the clock. So there's nothing at all, inshallah.
That question is very good. Now, I assure you after tours, and the doctor will assure you that we would not compromise in the Hajj rituals. Our job is to make sure you perform Hajj according to Sunnah. Right, next question, please.
Just one correction, that we are doing it after sunrise, not after Fajr. The Rami, after sunrise.
By the time we pray Fajr, and by the time we start walking to leave Mina for the last time, it's going to be after sunrise, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My question is again regarding Qurbani. It's one for each Hajj or one for a family? And also, if you have someone accomplishing Hajj for a deceased person, you still follow and do a Qarbani for the person?
Right. It's not buy one, get one free. You have to do one for each person. And I would not advise you to share a camel or a cow. To share a camel or a cow, that means 7 people have to share a camel or a cow. The reason is they do not slaughter camels and cows till 2 days later after Eid day. So I would not guarantee that you can come out of a state of ihram and shave your head. Right?
Second question, if we booked a wheelchair with
You
you...
didn't, the second part of the question regarding you want to slaughter for someone who died.
Yes.
You don't have to do it in Saudi Arabia. You can do it anywhere in your country. But of course, if you'd like to feel more comfortable that you're doing it in Saudi Arabia, you have to let me know, because it has to be done in a different name, because there is Hadi, Qurbani, Dam, there's so many things. So you have to tell me that to give me the name of the person and what you intended for. Right, second question.
Second question is regarding the wheelchair. When the service starts, is it when we get to Mecca from Medina, when we do the first
The
tawaf?
people who are, they want the service for the wheelchair, is going to start once you arrive to Mecca in the beginning. They're going to perform the Umrah with you. And then they will join you again on the 8th of the Hajj to take you to Mina. They will be with you all the way in Arafat and Muzdalifah, bring you back to Mecca, and then will take you back again to Mina on the 10th of the Hajj. They're going to join you again from Mina to Mecca to perform the second Umrah, Tawaf al-Ifada, Tawaf al-Ziyara. And then the last one, they will join you when you do Tawaf al-Wada, farewell Tawaf. I don't advise, and actually I will forbid anyone in a wheelchair to go and stone Jamarat, because that can be done on their behalf from the people who are with them. And if people they don't have a mahram with them, then we'll do it on their behalf.
The final question is regarding the insurance, because many people were talking on the group about that. Do we need a private travel insurance, or we are already covered by the package that we have with you?
Right. I thought you were going to ask a question about is halal or haram, because in the group, the 8 group leaders in the group at the moment, I think we have 8 group leaders, yes? I've been monitoring the conversation. It's happening. And so that question is valid now. God forbid, we have a gentleman with us, he's been to Hajj with us 11 times. 1 year only, we were flying on Wednesday. On Tuesday night, I had a phone call that he was in the hospital with open heart surgery. But alhamdulillah, he's with us now. May Allah give him long life. So travel insurance is good because you don't want to lose all this money. You paid a lot of money to come to this Hajj. God forbid if anything happen, you're going to lose all this money. Because as I'm talking to you now, we don't have, alhamdulillah, any cancellations, but we cannot give you 1 penny back again because everything is paid for. So the travel insurance, comprehensive travel insurance, that will protect you first. God forbid if anything happened here. My wife has broken her leg in Egypt after Ramadan, and she's going to be in a wheelchair coming with us. It's the first time in 16 years, right? So anything can happen. So comprehensive travel insurance, I'm not talking about halal and haram. I'm not getting to this area at all. But I'm trying to say that you protect your money, if God forbid if anything happen. In Saudi Arabia, we have the government which is covering, if God forbid anything happened to you over there, there is hospitals and there is very good doctors, right? In this group alone, we have 43 doctors between males and females. And mashallah, every year, all of them, they take enough medication to care for anyone. So regarding the travel insurance, the only reason I recommend it, you don't want to lose all the money you paid, God forbid anything would happen to you. Right, next question.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
My question is, if someone's parents both are deceased and they want to do Hajj for their parents, can they do one Hajj for both, or it has to be one for each parent?
Again, is not buy one get one free. The same thing. You have to do it just for one person, and it has to be the name of the person. And how did we get that? The Sheikh Sharkawi will actually tell you the story about this, the Prophet ﷺ.
And if we are going to do Hajj on behalf of someone, it must be on behalf of one only on time, with the condition that you must be done Hajj before. And I can't go this year for the first time and I say, okay, I will do Hajj on myself and my father or my brother or my... No, just do it for yourself, because once was Prophet Muhammad was doing tawaf and he had someone saying labbaik Allahumma an Shubruma. Yani he is doing talbiyah on behalf of someone else. His name is Shubruma. Then Prophet asked him, have you done Hajj by yourself? He said, no, I'm doing a Hajj on his behalf. He said, do it for yourself first, then after that you can do it on some other person. Okay, so you must do it for yourself first, then for on behalf on whoever you would like to do Hajj, one person on time.
And does the same hold for Qurbani? So when you're doing Qurbani, you still have to wait until the animal is slaughtered, even if you're doing it on
Yes,
behalf of,
yes, because actually you are acting on his behalf. So the same action he was going to do it, if he is still alive, you will do it. Exactly the same.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I just wanted to ask, we're going to be putting groups, you said, when we get to Medina. When do we find out what groups we're in?
What do you mean by groups? You mean the coach?
The coach groups, yes.
Right. In case anything's happening, we do not like actually to put the information too early, but it's from 1 to 50, 51 to 100, 100, 1 to 150. I mean, we already have made the plans for the list like this. And one of the coaches, I think, who put all the ladies group in their own, in one coach to make sure. So from 1 to 50, there is no difference between coach number 1, 2, and 3. All of you paid the same money. All of you going to the same rituals. So from 1 to 50 is the coach number whatever, 2 or 3 or 1. And from 51 to 100, from 101 to 150.
If you make it 1 to 50, coach number 1, 51 to 100, coach number 2, and 101 to 150, coach number 3.
Okay, we'll stick to that. I mean, there's no plans yet. Next one,
But
please.
I did say whatever we say here will change there. So
That's
this
why
is
we don't like to
preliminary.
announce early in case of any changes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm going to follow the trend and ask 3 questions, if you don't mind.
You can ask 4.
In that case, I will. The first question is regarding the state of Ihram. And I'm aware there's sort of different conditions for the state of Ihram. One of the conditions being you need to remove hair from particular areas. Because we're going to go into a state of Ihram twice, when going into the second state of Ihram, do we need to remove hair again, or are we fine to do it the one time and carry us through for the second Ihram as well?
No, you shouldn't do it for the second one. You just done it for the first one. There is no need for the second ihram. Okay. Something else also I heard about that you're having a shower going to the state of ihram on 8th of the Hajj, and you will come out of the ihram in 11 or 10th. Then few days you don't have a shower. No, you can have a shower 100 times a day. Even you are in the state of ihram, you can have a shower and change your ihram clothes 100 times a day. Nothing at all wrong. Just to be careful not to comb your hair, then some hair will fall out, or do something, or use the soap or the perfume or whatever. Just to be careful. But you can have a change even the towels you are wearing. If you have spare towels, you can change it many times, because you know it's hot and you're sweating. So you can have a shower and you change your ihram clothes anytime. And there is no need again to do the cleaning yourself because you done it for the first time.
Okay, thank you. The other two questions are regarding tawaf.
Yes.
If we're not planning on doing any shopping on the 13th of Dhul Hijjah, for example,
Yes.
are we able to do our tawaf al-wada'a on that day?
As long as if you are not planning to do any shopping, do it. The master tawaf al-wada'a, last thing you do, but it's better or to delay it until the last time you are leaving, because wada' is saying goodbye. So I'm saying goodbye when I'm leaving. Okay, no, I'm saying it's goodbye and sit and have some cup of tea and some stuff. Doesn't make sense. So I'm saying the goodbye when I'm leaving Mecca. Okay?
Okay. And the third question is regarding the tawaf again. I can appreciate it's probably a bit of a vague question, but roughly how long would it take to complete the 7 rounds for the tawaf?
This is with the crowd, you can't guarantee. You can't guarantee the time. It's not very long, but it's according to the crowd and the time you are spending the tawaf, okay? So it could take maybe half an hour, 2 hours. It depends. Okay? How busy is the haram?
And the fourth and final question, if you are doing tawaf and someone happens to be praying,
Yes.
are you allowed to cross in front of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in haram, in the Kaaba, in the sacred mosque, and the Prophet mosque, you are allowed. Okay?
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Just regarding the how long is the tawaf, why you want to finish early? I mean, you are there next to the Kaaba, and whatever you're going to say, may Allah inshallah accept. So walk slowly and just pray. Say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Al-Baqiyat al-Salihat. These 4 things. I mean, you're going to find them over there in Firdaus, inshallah, waiting for you. So take your time, yeah? Regarding the tawaf, Sheikh Ayub, he will actually have a transmitter, and the people who want to do the tawaf with him, you don't have to. You don't have to. He will be more than happy to take the whole group, the 150 if you want, right? And he's going to make dua all the time as you're going along. Of course, he's not shouting with microphone. As you tested the transmitter and the receivers, he's going to be just saying dua, and all of you, you're going to hear it, even the last one, because the transmitter is up to 200 meters. And I don't think that we have 200 meters between us, right? So if you like to do the Umrah with him, it's fine. If you like to do it in your own, it's fine. Of course, we'll set time. For example, if we arrive to Mecca, just I'm saying example, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and say we'll meet downstairs at 5:30. So we'll give you an hour or an hour and a half to go to your room, use the bathroom, and then come down, and then we'll go as a group. But if people want to do it, like so if they've done it 6 Umrahs before, 3 Umrah, and you'd like to do it just husband and wife, just to go for the Umrah, you don't have to join the group.
About going in a group, I tried that for the last 30 years. And just after maybe 2 minutes, if we are maybe 50 people in the group, I find 1 or 2 people around me, and the rest they have gone. Okay? So this is, we prove that it is so difficult to be in a group doing tawaf. About supplication or dua, my advice, I might disagree with Brother Shafi'i. My advice always, do whatever in your heart. I see the people holding some books or some paper and reading, reciting the dua. You are saying the things or the thinking of some other person. The one who wrote this supplication, you are repeating his way of thinking. But you need to tell Allah about your thinking. What do you think? What do you need? What do you wish? Allah will accept, because Allah knows what is in your heart. So whatever you know, say it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are in His house. You are with Him, and He is with you. So tell Him about whatever you wish. So there is no need for somebody to tell you what you should say. There is no need for someone to write you some dua to say it. Allah will understand your language, your speech. So whatever in your heart, say it in your tawaf and the sa'i. Inshallah. May Allah will accept.
Thank you very much. Today we have a special guest. One more. Right.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I'll just have a quick one. You mentioned the money for the Qurbani. I understand that's the cash we have to give. So it's related to the, how much forex or forex.
Right. It's either £200 in sterling,
yeah,
or 1,000 riyal.
But in cash.
Yes, please.
Okay. So how much we should plan to kind of
I'll take gold as well, diamonds, shares.
Okay. So is there any recommendation how much money we should keep with us?
My advice to you, number one, if you're traveling with your wife, take at least a couple of grand because she wants to buy gold.
Sorry, that was half the question. The other half is?
Sorry for the Sheikh. I mean, inshallah, just about 3 questions about praying during flights. About praying during flights from London to Medina, Jeddah to London. Is it possible to pray like Maghrib, Isha while sitting in the plane? Because by the time we reach Medina, we will lose these prayers. Is it allowed?
Okay.
Shall I mention the other 2 questions? Number 2, are there any specifications for footwear during ihram?
If we can say it one by one, because
it's okay.
Okay. So
Just for
about combining the prayer in traveling, you are allowed. You have the rukhsa. You have the allowance to combine the prayer. If your flight after Zuhr, and you know that, for example, Zuhr is 1 o'clock, for example, and my flight is 3 o'clock. So I know that I'm going to fly before Asr. So when I'm doing Zuhr, I can pray Zuhr and Asr together, combine, shorting and combine because you are traveling. Okay, 2 rak'ahs Zuhr and 2 rak'ahs Asr. When you arrive there to Medina, inshallah, you can also combine Maghrib and Isha.
Because I'm afraid the time will be like after Fajr. I'm not sure of the time. I mean, because
you can pray in the airplane.
So is it possible?
Of course,
while sitting?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So the other question?
The other question about footwear during ihram.
Yes.
Because it's a bit confusing. Are there any specifications for footwear?
The sandal is okay. You will see my sandal. You will wear the same.
So it's
okay.
But shoes not allowed.
No, of course, shoes not allowed. Okay.
Third question about Umrah. Is it possible to do like 2 Umrahs before Hajj, or if we have free time after finishing the first Umrah?
You can. Why not?
So it's possible to
yes,
wear it again?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay. Thank you.
One thing I would like to mention for the ladies. Okay. They have, of course, specific issues that might face them in the time of Hajj and Umrah. Okay? So, either they can approach me and talk to me privately about any issues, or in general, if you are in your monthly period, you can do all the action of Hajj except the Tawaf. That's it. But you move normal with the group, doing all the action of Hajj, just we will delay Tawaf and the last minute. Then you can seek advice. We will tell you at that time what you should do. Okay? But nothing say, now your Hajj is not acceptable, go back home. This stuff is nothing like that. Because as said Aisha radiallahu anha, she faced the same problem when she was doing a Hajj with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So there is a solution for everything, inshallah. Okay?
Okay, one point of correction, brothers and sisters. I said on the 10th of the Hajj, I said at night, next day on the 11th, we leave after Fajr. Correction, we leave after midnight. So whatever on the itinerary is correct. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. regarding the footwear, I think there was about 3 days of discussion. I know I'm not engaged with you, but I do read your comments. And the only time I had to interfere with the small chair, because there is no point buying it from in this country for £15, and it's about £4 to £5 in Saudi Arabia. And after that, you can leave it for sadaqah. So you don't have to take a small chair with you from here. We have the privilege of have the Muslim Engagement and Development with us. All of you, have you heard about anti-Semitism? Yes? See how strong they are? And this is what we're trying to do here for Muslims. The only body I think, in my opinion, is strong enough to represent Muslim properly in the UK are MEND. Because they're doing a wonderful job. They've been there for 4 years. And I've been asked by them that if they can actually come and speak to you regarding the work. And we have one of our Hajjis, which is the chairman for Ealing, Mr. Izad. Would you like to come, please? And Mr. Aman as well. So I'm going to leave the stage for them, and they're going to explain to you everything about MEND, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. First of all, I'd like to begin by giving a very big thanks to Afta and Brother Shafi in particular for giving us the time here to speak to you for a very few moments. I've come here on behalf of an organization called MEND, Muslim Engagement and Development, and the work that we do is with regards to empowering the Muslim community in the UK with regards to tackling the issue of Islamophobia. And what we as an organization are trying to achieve is a major reduction in Islamophobia in the UK. In the last decade or so, really in post 9/11, the treatment of Muslims in the Western world has become quite troublesome. And we as an organization were set up a number of years ago to hope to fight, to kind of work towards reducing that issue of Islamophobia in the UK. And how we want to do that is by empowering the Muslim community, especially in 2 areas. We only have 2 areas of expertise, that is in media and in politics. And we want to educate and empower the Muslim community in the UK in order to be able to actively engage in these 2 areas. And we want to secure the Muslim future for Muslims, especially the young people in the room here today, for them to have the protection of halal meat, for them to have the protection of the niqab, the hijab, for them to be, when they go to school, for them to not be bullied. Unfortunately, the most common words Childline have reported that are used to bully young people in schools are the word terrorist and bomber. And from that we can infer that a lot of our young children, our young Muslims in school are facing a lot of bullying. And we also want to see a general appreciation of the reality and contribution that Muslims in the UK have made. Now you may be thinking, why is Aman speaking about Islamophobia and we're here in the presentation and we're preparing for Hajj? I want to contextualize it with the time of the Prophet ﷺ in his early years of his nubuwah, when he was in Mecca, and the treatment that he himself and the Muslims around him, the early Muslims, faced. We know the story of Bilal radiallahu anhu. When he took the faith, his master put a stone on his chest and laid him out in front of the sun to bake in the heat, and forcing him to give up his faith, and he refused. And we know the story of the first martyr of Islam, Sumayyah radiallahu anha, how she was killed by a spear by her master because of her faith. And we also know the treatment of our own Nabi, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was in the haram, where you guys will step foot in the weeks to come, the treatment that he received, the stones that were thrown at him, the insults that were thrown at him, even trash and dead meat that was thrown on him while he was performing his ibadah. So this was the context of the time of the time of the early Muslims. And in no way is our condition as bad. I'm not going to compare the two. It's a very different story altogether. But what is important is that we as a community in the UK, we come together in order to tackle some of the issues that our community is facing. And that's the context in which I come with you in front today. Now, Islamophobia today, there's a number of instances and kind of stats I want to show to you. The number of Islamophobic attacks in London and across the UK has been increasingly year on year. For every one positive story about the Muslim community in the newspapers, there are 21 negative stories about the Muslim community, unfortunately. So before I came into this room, if only Brother Shafi were to say one good thing about me, but there's 21 other people who were to say negative things about me, who would you believe? You'd believe the 21. And so you can start to understand why the climate of Islamophobia is so bad in the UK. Islamophobia is just not the hate crime. It's not just our sisters in hijab having their hijabs pulled off. It's not just our brothers in beard facing verbal assaults. But it's happening in terms of discrimination as well. Nearly 2/3 of veiled British Muslims feel they have been treated differently in the workplace. And Muslims suffer the greatest ethnic penalties when it comes to employment. And for our sisters in hijab, they face a triple penalty. One for being women, one for wearing the hijab, and thirdly for being Muslim as well. And our brothers who are visibly Muslim, may have the beard, they find themselves finding difficulty in finding promotion, even finding an interview for a job place. BBC did a very interesting study where they had two CVs. They had one CV with the name John Smith, a very typical British name. And they had another CV with a very Muslim name. And the John Smith received 3 times the number of interviews than the person with the Muslim name. Everything on the CV was the same. The experience, the qualifications, everything was the same. So this is the kind of thing that we as an organization are trying to challenge. And I really want to kind of end in the few moments that I have to talk about what we as men are trying to do with regards to tackling some of the Islamophobia that we have faced and seen in the UK. Because our strategy is one of being proactive and one of working in a concerted effort. We don't want to make loads of loud noise, and for that noise just to be loud noise at the end of the day. We want to work in a very strategic and meaningful manner. And our strategy includes everything that you see in front of you here. It includes media monitoring and correction. So whenever a story is written about the Muslim community and is factually incorrect or discriminatory against the Muslim community, we as an organization will make sure that story is corrected. When it comes to working with parliamentarians and the local councils, we will ensure, and we will working towards with them to ensure that Islamophobia is part of their hate crime strategy. Just like we have a strategy for tackling anti-Semitism, like we have a strategy for tackling racism, we want all of the councils and MPs across the country to have a strategy for tackling Islamophobia in the UK. We have created an entire syllabus for primary and secondary schools so that schools are teaching about how to tackle Islamophobia and how Islamophobia is unacceptable just as much as racism and any other forms of hate. And we have our dedicated response unit which helps victims of Islamophobia. Be it that you've been verbally attacked on the street, you can call us and we will support you in reporting to the police. And if you've been a victim of discrimination in the workplace or any other spaces, then we have a team of lawyers who pro bono give you legal support and advice to ensure that your case doesn't go unheard. And so this is the work of men. And with that, I really want to kind of conclude and pass on to Brother Aizat, who will speak about the local work that he's been doing, which is the call to action. Because all of you will be about to embark on the most blessed journey that you will ever embark upon. I was very fortunate to happen to go to Hajj in 2014, 2015, and it's an experience that changes you. And the advice that I'd give you is that once you come back from Hajj, you will have this urge to continue, and to continue the good deeds that you have done during the time of Hajj, but also you will reflect upon what contribution that you want to make to wider society. As a Muslim, what role am I going to play in my society? And one of the avenues, one of the options that we are putting in front of you today is to help us in MEND. We're not here for your donations, we're here for your time, which is something more valuable to us. We want your expertise, we want your experiences in order so that we can create a movement together in the UK that will challenge Islamophobia in the UK, so that our young children don't have to face the difficult times that we unfortunately are facing at this time and place. And with that, I want to thank once again Afta and Brother Shafi in particular, and I'll pass on to Brother Isaac to say a few words, inshallah, about the local work he's been doing fantastically.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's really, really cold in here, so I don't know anybody else. I was wearing my son's jumper, but I'm just so big, it didn't work for me. So I'm, mashallah, going on Hajj after 13 years. I remember Uncle Khalil. I've got a few grey hairs now myself. Alhamdulillah, I'm going with a beloved group. I love Sheikh. I love my family. They're all coming with me. I'm a local citizen from Ealing and businessman from around here. So when I went to Hajj 13 years ago, I went with my two brothers, and Shakawi's Sheikh told us that if you're in this country, there's different fatwas about being a Muslim in a non-Muslim country. But one of the things he said, which was to make your existence halal on an ongoing basis, was to in some ways involve yourself for the deen in some form of dawah. Dawah doesn't just mean standing on the street. That's a specific skill. It means something that would promote the path to Allah. And so I've done various things with Sheikh. We set up a school together. I'm involved with my local mosque. And then I bumped into these people at Mend about 1.5 years ago. So on Hajj, please just look out for me. I'm very hard to miss because I'm so tall. And then my wife is involved with me as well, Sobia. So please just ask any questions you have, educate ourselves. The main problem we have is, in summary, we are passive. We are very, very, very disconnected from an engagement with the wider British public. And that's our main problem. We live in our lovely lives, they're simple lives, mashallah, and there's this goodness in the simplicity, but we are relatively disconnected from local councils, from the state organizations. We're underrepresented in parliament. We're underrepresented across society. So the message for this group, who I was so happy to be given an audience with Aman, and Jazakallah for that, Shafi, is that this is a very educated room, alhamdulillah, because I'm close to Shafi and I know the kind of people that I'm talking to right now. Everyone here is relatively educated. Please learn a little bit about Mend. You'll love the work, and then inshallah get to know about it more post-Hajj as well. Jazakallah.
Okay, brothers and sisters, thank you all for coming to the seminar. I know more of you have some questions to ask. What I suggest you do, if this something can be dealt with by the office, ring Dina or Iman, and they'll be more than happy to help. If something you want me to reply to, please speak to office and get my UK number and ring me, and I'll be more than happy to answer any specific queries you might have. Thank you very much, and inshallah we'll see you on the what? I forgot.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صدق الله العظيم.
Right, inshallah, now will people who wants to have wudu to pray dhuhr, people who are travelers, then will pray, they can pray dhuhr and asr combined, inshallah. Right? If we follow, if we come out of the door, the after tours will staff will direct you to the praying room. Right? So we'll give you about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to have wudu, and then we'll go to the praying rooms. After the praying rooms, we'll have lunch. The same place we had our tea and coffee, inshallah. Lunch is ready. So we'll try to be, inshallah, quick regarding this because they serve in the lunch at 2 o'clock exactly. Okay? You can leave everything here. You don't have to take the things with you. Leave all your belongings here. Just take your passport, please, if you can. And leave the rest of the stuff here. And thank you very much.